ground. Bob Jackson for the Newmarket Hotel. What are conditions like in the middle of the Albury Sports Ground?
Absolutely perfect. The surface, you could not get a better surface to play football on. 27 degrees currently out in the middle, and it feels like 37. It's quite warm out here. There's a little bit of a zephyr blowing, but not enough. Duncan has gone the full.
You want to tell him to just get the sunscreen?
There are a couple of big units amongst them.
There are. Ollie Watson, who Mickey Gibbons talked up, 15-year-old, he's a man-child. He's a big boy for a 15-year-old. He's got some boys covered, I reckon, in the muscle department, so just going to see what he can do and apparently play a little bit.
Come across from Wayland, sort of a half. He's got a frame ready for senior footy. What about you, Bobby? Who's catching your eye down there? What about your boy from Hay?
Yeah, Jensen Hargreaves, he's a fair lump of a lad as well, but the got the footy now, and he looks like a likely top. And old school dropping of the ball.
Bit of a change in captaincy at Albury Tigers.
Strapping.
New captain, Garthwaite.
Toss the coin.
The old captain coach. Been a while for a while. Yeah, been a while.
Aubrey's won the toss and they're kicking to the Noriel end of the ground, which is right of your dial, boys. Right of your dial.
To the botanical.
Opposite to the botanical garden.
Of course, we've been calling it botanical.
Albury, obviously 11 changes from the grand final side for Yarrawonga last year. Albury probably a little bit more seasoned, a few more experienced players. I'll go with them by 30.
Scott Montgomery?
Yeah, I've tipped him to win the flag, so I better go with him. So I'll go with the Albury Tigers by 5 or 6 goals. Yeah.
And Bobby, boundary side for the Newey?
Originally I picked Yarra during the week, but as the week sort of drifted on, I've sort of leant towards the hometown, and I think
before we kick off proceedings.
Yeah, lots of AFL action going on, obviously with gather around over there. Half time at the Barossa Park. The Suns lead North Melbourne by 8 points, 59-51. And at Adelaide Oval, big start from the Carlton Blues, Bob's boys, 29 against the West Coast Eagles. About 2 minutes into the second quarter.
Around the ground. Other games this afternoon. You've got on our sister station 102.1 Edge FM, North Albury and the Rovers, the Raiders and Myrtleford before we kick off in 2 night games. Wangaratta taking on the Roos and Lavington and the Bulldogs. Debutantes on display today. 7 for Yarrawonga, 2 for the Albury Tigers. We'll feature them throughout the call this afternoon. Yarrawonga kicking to the Botanic Garden end, Monty.
Yeah, just got Moffat Gibbons in start in the middle. Looks like he can do a bit of an... Sorry, Michael Duncan, I was just looking at Gibbo down there.
Here we go, the first term of 2021's underway.
We've got Cogill and Muller. Give that one to Cogill. Balls away of Carroll for the Tigers. Tackle straight away by Wheeler. I reckon he's got a job there too, Harry Wheeler. And they're into it a little bit. Up. Isaac Muller. Get on that Cogill again, I reckon. Muller's picked it up at ground level. Tackled straight away. He's going to be pinned. Oh, a bit stiff there, Isaac. Going to go the way. What can Cam Wilson do? The umpire says no. Goes long now. Inside 50 is Wilson. Good punch from Kelly. Balls away Grills. Gives a handball to mate. Now finds the double-headed warrior in Duncan. Poor kick to Duncan. Chopped off on the wing. Have a boundary throw in. That was Kings who got his hand in the way there. Right in front of the Yarrawonga bench here. Hot start. Throw in right here in front of our commentary position.
Thanks, Monty. 1 minute gone for NZ. Nice boundary throw in, give it to Muller, head over the football's Carroll. He's absorbed in a big Ben Cogill tackle. Just to pull the footy up once again.
Matchups down back, Nick Pendergast is working on, looks like Ryan Garthwaite, and Whoop Irvine has gone to Jakey Ryan.
So up in the middle, once again, right in front of our broadcast position, through centre wing. Nice found a free kick, going to go the way of Duncan, the Albury Tigers. The handball put Fletcher Carroll under the pump as he kicks long down the line. Kings flew high, Whooper Irvine's the back of the back for Yarrawonga. Raking handball trying to find Dan Howard, true centre half back. Not many options present, so he kicks long down the line. Jacob Common in his new role in defence worked that nicely to allow the Albury Tigers have it smack bang in the middle of the sports ground.
Through Kelly, that's Jackson. Jackson now wheels around on his right, goes inside 50 looking for play. Brings it to ground level. Willie Wheeler does a great job. All plays ball now is going to be kicked sideways. It's going to go to Harry Wheeler. Mark at half back. Look down the line, he's got Fothergill short and he used him. Slick there for the Fogs. Going to go short again, goes to Willie Wheeler. Found him. Slow build up here from the Pigeons. What can they do? He's got Wilson short, ignores that. Look through the middle. Who's he gone to? Oh, what a kick that is. Prime ball build up. Finds Cogill. Cogill now's got a couple options wide. Decides to go long and strong down the middle towards full forward. Ball comes to ground level. Robinson for the Tigers. Handballs across to Ben Kelly. It's a bit of a scrubber, but it's going to get out. Here goes Jimmy Grills. And he's on centre wing and finds a link up with Kelly. Handball to Gaynor. Gaynor has a look for Kelly. And now the Tigers are away.
Nice ball movement from Albury, but they kick inside 50 and Armo, thanks to 40 weeks, that's a part of the game that's let them down early, the Albury Tigers.
It has, and it was last year's issue too, that connection inside 50, and Yarra's defensive set up really well behind the footy.
Ball's now in the hands of Mitch Parker, captain the Furs last year, onto Willie Wheeler on his non-preferred, the left foot, kicks to centre half forward. Muller got poleaxed. Here's a go for Yarrawonga. Matty McCabe, can he kick the opener? You ready, Pat? Against the script, Yarrawonga strike blood first on the steel line scoreboard. One straight to the Albury Tigers, yet to score on Bobby Jackson for the Newmarket Hotel. They've looked to start this game a lot better than the Albury Tigers.
Yeah, the ballers just seem to be living between the 250-metre arcs at the moment. There was a little bit of dirty ball and an opportunity for the ball on the ground, and the Yarrawonga pressure inside 50 created a little bit of space for Matty McCabe to have a fantastic finish. But yeah, it's interesting to see how the midfield battle will go. The Wheeler boys have gone to work early.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, Yarrawonga's back half, the way they're setting up, their shape behind the foot is excellent. They're coming off their man to help out.
Owen really wins that one. Muller at ground level. Goes to work, gets it to Jackson Kelly. Kelly long inside 50. One-on-one. Now kicks in the 70 round. Under that's Isaac Muller. Got crashed into him, but says play on. Cam Wilson, nice handball. Finds a teammate, it's an up and under, and it's a poor kick. Jimmy Grills going to be the first one there. Grills, handball to Carroll. Carroll finds Robinson. Robinson down the line now. He's got no one to kick it to. It's a one-on-one. Out by Clark. Too much height there for Jake Gaynor as we go down your side. Thanks to the Newmarket, Bobby Jackson.
It's fair to say everyone has got the height on them. So yeah, but some really big Isaac Muller punch in the middle of the ground. So just keep an eye on him, fellas. I think he might have been having a look at it.
So boundary throwing. A little bit skew if that was. We'll have another crack at it. Right in front of Mark Allen for 40 minutes.
Dan Howe's just playing as a loose man. He's got a man up in front of him, but he's just sagging off. If they allow that all day, he's going to get a heap of possessions and set him up on his back.
Looks like that man who's on his coal behind Hennessy was a very dangerous player. Ball on true centre wing. Pinballs around, now falls the way of Robertson in his returning game to Albury Tigers. Well picked off by Willie Wheeler. Nice little 1-2 with Parker. Handballs back to Fogarty. He's playing a little bit higher up the ground today as one of the more senior players in Pigeons colours. He goes out wide and he finds Payne. Payne kicks out to the clubroom side of the Albury Sports Ground. Now Albury Tigers have the ball via Joseph Muller. He goes to Garthwaite, the co-coach, inside forward 50. Walker. Beautiful lead at the footy. Mark Allen for 40 wings. That's how you like it as a big full forward.
It is, and he's done the right thing by coming up towards the ball carrier because they just keep tipping it in and Yarra's defence will pick them off. He'll come through the traffic, which allowed him to get
Now, goal kicking probably was his hoodoo last year, Monty, just being accurate on goal, but he's a confidence player. So he kicks the first one, backing in for a big day.
Especially here at the sports ground, we saw him with some big goals and some big moments. This one's a massive one.
To the Norriel Park end from 40, it's a high up and under, but it looks good.
Everyone's in there!
And it's 1 goal apiece here on the Steel Line scoreboard. We played 6.5 minutes for NZ as we go boundary side to Bob Jackson, the mood nut for the Newmarket Hotel.
The first glimpse of the Albury forward line there with Garthwaite hitting Walker on the lead, and you throw in Ryan. There's a three-pronged attack that can do some real damage and cause some headaches for defensive units throughout the competition. So there's our first little look at it, and it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Garthy's kicking action's not great, but it was an effective kick, wasn't it? Going inside 50, out in front, a really good grab there from Walker. The ball's going to be tossed back in the middle. Hot start here. Muller just takes it out of the ruck, gets it on the boot. Kick goes high and home. Walker brings it to the ground. Though Gaynor tackles straight away. Harry Wheeler's there, gets pushed out of it. Dan Howe cleans it up at the back. Oh, there's our man. Not bad there from Hargraves. The boy from Hay. I said no. I'll ball that one up just inside 50 here. It's 1 goal apiece. The Steel Line scoreboard. Played about 7 minutes. Thanks to NZ Albury. Gets tossed up, Garthwaite does the ruck work. High to Hennessy, first onto it, tackled straight away. Morning got one high, boy says no again. And we'll go again, about 30 out now. Nora and the Albury Tigers into the ground.
So 7.5 gone here for NZ Albury, and it's been a decent start to the contest. Top of the goal squares, Dom Dunstan on debut for the Tigers. He fumbled around one connects it. Defensive 50. Here's Matty Bender, the boy from Holbrook. Big raps on this young fella. There's a chance to link up here with Duncan. Duncan goes underground with the left foot to Kelly. Now back onto Duncan. 50 from home. Lowers the guys on the silver.
Yeah, Danny's come up at the ball carrier, particularly early in the game when you have a tendency to play away. I think we'll be playing away early.
You call someone, Fletch. You just call someone, mate.
So Matt Walker, he'll look to have a set shot from 45 metres out in a 45-degree angle for back-to-back goals for Walker and the Albury Tigers. He struck the last one high. This one looks to be offline, and I don't think it quite has the legs. It stays in the field of play. Garthwaite, he kicks the ball about 1,000 metres in the air, Monty, and it's going to land at the top of the goal.
The goal boy is trying to say it's down to the boundary. I was like, no, mate, that didn't hit the post. So they'll have a discussion while that ball is still in play. Then
that's how the Sharon win in the air.
Mate.
It allowed the umpires to have a conversation, Bobby.
The thing on your left hand, whistle, block it. Blow the whistle, my friend.
No, I don't think the boundary umpire wanted to pay that, Bobby. I think it was the goal umpire that's pulled that one
Well,
out.
why are they kicking it in?
So Whooper Irvine, after all, that's got the ball from full back, and we've got a whistle and a free kick. Looks like Big Leroy, who's worked up the ground. The new coach for Yarrawonga's won himself a free kick at the half-back flank. 9 minutes gone for NZ. Scores a level between Albury and Yarra for Steel Line.
Yeah, it's long and strong at half forward. Looking at Cogill. Gets out the back. It's only a free kicker. Rings it the other way of Kelly. It's Ben. Goes around the back. As a teammate, he's going to go sideways again. He finds back. Oh, he drops a chest mark. Somebody should have taken. He should be able to mop it up. He's under the pump now. A lot of pressure being applied here on the Tigers. That just comes back to basic skill, which is a coach killer, Armo.
It is, and then the fumble below his knees didn't make it better.
He tossed up 25 away. Botanic Garden ends at the ground here at the sports ground.
So, Jacko,
Handball to Gaynor, short chiseling little kick, and I love it. Go behind a Hennessy, on his bike early, back to Gaynor. Ball gets kicked inboard towards Dunstan. They chopped off, but Pigeons are going to have it. They're going to go inside 50 again as they go on centre wing.
Around the grounds, Mr. Stowe's pool world. Myrtleford have kicked 3 straight to the Raiders, yet to score. Up to half back is the Albury Tigers, and Jacob Conlon has found himself at centre half back, Armo, in 2025. A move we saw coming, but one is a bit of an unknown.
Yeah, it's unknown, but I think it's a pretty clever move, really. He's short, he's good over his head.
Here's our first look at Jake Ryan for the Albury Tigers. Comes from the Geelong Football League, and if that's a glimpse of what we're going to get, Bobby, that's pretty nice.
That was semi-perfect to one of his tripod members in Garthwaite.
He passes on to Gaynor, inside forward 50, back at the contest. A bit of a falcon there went the way of Eddie Zebath to allow Yarrawonga some time to adjust. Exiting defensive 50. Long kick down the line, Unfank overran the football, regathered, and wrapped up in a big tackle. We got Ollie Watson, the boy on debut, will ball it up right in front of our broadcast position.
Yarra's energy early on is excellent. There are a number of ground living at D50. I'm sure they'll be really happy with some of the coaches.
It's one there by Harry Lewis first.
Phil Robbo,
Pigeons.
get Isaac and get Benny Tell in the run.
Ball up, right in front of our position. We're going 11 minutes next to Lindsay. Still a goal apiece. Steele line scoreboard. Of course, his first quarter is thanks to A-grade balls and batteries. Now we've got Urquhart taking on Muller. Very on the side. Muller wins that one. Flick the handball out, but it's going to find its way to Wilson. Takes one bounce for the Pigeons, and he's looking for a target. It's an half forward. Unbank, read it beautifully. And he takes that one. Still a little bit shaky, but he'll play on straight away and find Conlon.
You got to go, Robbo. Get him up
Been a
there.
really good field kick, Jacob Conlon. That's no exception. On to Jimmy Grills, Wontagong Jim, inside 50. Garthwaite looks right at home in this Albury forward line, and he marks uncontested. 45 from home on a 45-degree angle. Bobby, you're backing him in with the leg?
Yeah, I am. He, as Monty said earlier, a little bit of an awkward kicking style, but effective. He really hits the ball nice and sweetly. So, this three-pronged attack is really starting to become a bit of a headache for the Yarrawonga defensive unit.
He had aspirations to be a punter in the NFL. When the AFL system didn't quite work out for Big Garthy. It's a very awkward ball drop. Doesn't matter if you kick him straight. That one's a little bit offline.
Maybe that's why they didn't go for it.
And it's a minor score. The Albury Tigers 1-1-7. The Yarrawonga Pigeons 1 straight 6 thanks to Steele line. Mark Arman, special comments for 40 Winks.
The alarm bells for me for Yarra is the Albury players getting up now. They've had several get ups in this league, 6, 8 minutes and 40. When it goes in the air against the leg, Yarra excellent.
Really good run there from Urquhart at half-back. This goes long. Cogill worked his opponent under, and he's going to run to 50. Had a bounce, breaks the arc now, sends it sail for home. Denny Cogill, not quite. This is for a minor score. Ties it back up here. 1-1-7 apiece. On 12.5 minutes thanks to Steele line and NZ Albury. You go to Bobby Jackson for the Newmarket.
Yeah, a bit of a clash of Albury players. Young fellow W, Benny McCloskey, had a bit of a clash there, which allowed Cogill a free run at goal. So he'll be right. He's dusted himself off his back in there.
Ball kick in from full back. Dan Howe's got the footy in hand. Now Yarrawonga want to kick to the top of the goal square. Decent looking ball, but well defended in the back pocket by Will Unfank. It might have actually gone out of bounds on the full. I think it has, and Max Byrne is going to be the recipient of the free kick here. Monty, a play that we really liked watching grow in 2024.
I just love how hard and tough he is. He goes back to the flight and does all the hard things for his teammate in back six.
And he kicks long in front of the Terry Cross Canberra. The ball goes out of bounds and will bring it back into play. For 40 Winks, Mark Arman on OMFNL Live.
It's a bit of a stalemate now, isn't it? Yarrawonga's forward half bring really good energy when he hits the deck, so Albury will be a little bit short of ball in hand.
I said yes, we will.
Around the grounds, Mr. Stowe's pool world in the SS&A. Ovens and Murray, round 1. 18 to zip. Myrtleford lead the Raiders, and 14 play 6 North and the Rovers.
Get him to play higher.
Starts there for both those teams. Terry Cross stands a bit quiet in the water, a bit about an hour's time, I reckon. This ball gets tossed up. Big Ben Kelly's in the ruck now. But Yarrawonga through Fothergill. Going to go inside 50 again. They go long, and Sean Cogill in prime position. Oh, good grab in front. It's going to go the way of Conlon. Going like a real genuine forward. Go wide now. Finds Robinson. Robinson goes short. Look at Carroll. Jeez, I love his work rate, Fletch. Just runs all day. He's got it in the back pocket. He's going to find a teammate. That's Mikowski. Goes short, finds Conlon. Conlon at true centre half back. Goes long towards Grills. Gets out the back. Grills is first on it. A little bit too much toe for McDonald. Finds Garthwaite by hand. Just decides to get it around the corner high. High to Hennessy and Howe. Pushing the back. Free kick to Howe. And he was just standing there all by himself again then, Armo. Just doing whatever he wants at the moment, Dan Howe.
His experience and the way he reads the game is really showing out. He's just leaving his man when he knows and going to where the footy's going. And he sets him up really well.
One thing I've noticed early too, they keep to have experienced players in all three lines at all stages of the game as they welcome in 7 on debut today for the Yarrawonga Pigeons.
You got to reference someone, Dobby!
One of them. He's come across from Hay. The big boy from Hay, Bobby Jackson's man.
They actually call it Jacksontown.
Jacksontown, is it?
Yeah, it's got renamed.
It is not.
How? He's going to come back to Whooper Irvine, now part of the GWS VFL program. Whooper, 35 degrees, still wearing long sleeves. Long kick down the wing. Albury Tigers have numbers from that. Duncan over the top. Lucas, or Jacob Conlon, I should say. Not used to seeing him in the back 6. That's going to be his home.
You got to go, Matty!
Links up with Robertson. Nice return for Billy. He's come back after a few years in Melbourne.
Go, Matt!
Commentator's curse, and if his kick goes down the line, Reed Clark sits in the hole at full centre wing broadcast side, and he takes a nice mark in front of Matt Bender.
Really wants to have Matt Bender on a good lead then. Just had to hit
Joey, get Matty.
Get Matty. All of that other reserves footy. Just too experienced. He just sat under it. Took a good mark. That's Clark now. Goes to the half forward flank. His bobbles are out there. Just dispossessed. Robinson gets a handle there to Unthank. Unthank gives another handle on Zebar. Zebar's caught in the tackle but gets the handle away. Carroll, your ball on the footy. Otherwise says yes, free kick. It's been away to the Pigeons. It's going to go to Max Finlay. Finlay plays on straight away. Goes inside 50. Looking for Leroy. Leroy couldn't get to it. And Conlon takes another mark. I see a lot of it this year, I reckon, Gussie. Jacob Conlon, fullback, probably going to have 15, 20 marks a game.
Ironically, when he was recruited from Griffith, he was a fullback and Lucas was a full forward. Eddie Zebar gets a long raking one to centre half forward. Hannah Hennessy, great jukes. The Tigers have numbers streaming inside 50 with a mismatch. Colby was a little bit slow to get back.
What he was doing.
Well done, Benny Kelly. Good boy, Benny Kelly. Well done, Eddie.
The corridor, it can really hurt you, this ground, not being really lengthy. He's moving fast with the corridor, you can get results.
He'd want to kick this. He'd torch the coach. He absolutely would want to kick this. Ryan Garthwaite was by himself by 20 metres.
So here's Colby, Hannah Hennessy from 55 metres. He strikes it beautifully.
Good boy.
Nice looking kick off the boot, but it's just faded to the right hand side for a minor score. The Albury Tigers, they lead 1-2-8 to Yarrawonga 1-1-7. That's on the Steel Line scoreboard. We played 18 minutes in the first term for A-grade oils and batteries.
Already we're seeing different ball movement style footy from the Albury Tigers. As Armo just said, they're more directive and more penetrating through the middle.
Ball finds Slater, Urquhart, true centre wing. Just kicks it around the corner towards half forward. Fothergill and Byrne, just overrunning it was Fothergill. Ball now just fumbles around. Fothergill's going to get this one. Breaks the 50. They're going to have a shot on goal from 48. Ball to the goal square. Bender. Could have given away a free kick there to our man, little Ollie Watson. It was a no. Through for a minor score. And it makes it 1-2 apiece. Both teams on the Steel Line scoreboard.
Certainly does, Monty. Big whistle here and a free kick. It's going to go the way of Cole behind Hennessy. Did you catch that one, Ray?
Yeah, he just front contact.
Inboard, dangerous looking kick. Bit too much on it for Duncan. Dan Howe. Inboard, great looking kick. Good vision as well. Switch kicks on from Felder. Goes out to Cam Wilson. He's in between.
Just play for a
the
bit,
50
Eddie.
mark in the centre square where you have to kick from, but way too far for the young Cam.
Our forwards need to stay active here.
Leroy wants that fat side. Well measured, weighted kick into the pocket, and the mark has been taken. And that's really clever from Cam Wilson. He waited for the forwards to lead Armo, and everyone knew he was going to kick it off except the Albury back 6.
Yeah, they just all sagged off, and if you were prepared to work into a pocket of space, Cam will find it.
4 or 5, yeah, 5.
Any breeze to speak of here, Bobby, kicking to the Botanic Garden end?
Absolutely none.
On goal, looks to be pretty nice off the boot. It's across the face.
Already we're
for a
seeing
minor score.
the experienced midfielder of Yarrawonga stepping up to the plate. The two reelers, Wilson and also Nick Fogle, who's floating up through the middle, as Monty said a couple of times in the call. So the experienced players with a lot of football now, so who are getting their hands in the footy through the middle.
A lot of niggle going off the ball, I reckon, Bobby. Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, there's a bit going on there. Dan Howe just gave a nice little cheap shot to Isaac Mel, Joe Miller on debut. So there's a little bit going on. It's hot and flustery out there, Monty.
Free kick paid. It's going to go the way of Ryan.
Here we go, Tommy.
Gets Irvine too high. It's the ball there, I reckon, Ryan. Gets up the ground. Him and Heine Hennessy are going to be very, very hard to match up on, I reckon, for the backs. He goes long down the line, looking for Garthwaite. Drops the chest mark. Should have taken that one. Bounced off his chest. Here's Wilson going to work at ground level. Just dispossessed of it. Ball just flings around. Through Willie Wheeler now. He sends it to half forward looking for Leroy. Leroy just crushed it in the back and it gets out the back. Billy Robinson tries to get onto it. Down to throw right in front of the netball courts here at the Albury Sports Ground. And go to Mark Harmon. Thanks for the viewer.
Yarra look sharp around the contest, don't they? One touch, flick it out and you're away.
Speaking of the netball, Monty, thanks to Ray White Rural, big win for Yarrawonga, 59 to the Albury Tigers, 17. And our broadcast game, the Raiders have started strong as well, 65 to 48 over the Alpine Saints in A-grade netball, thanks to Ray White Rural.
Yarrawonga just keep doing it in the A-grade, don't they?
Perennial powerhouse. Jackson Kelly on the edge of the boundary line for the Tigers. Is that incorrect disposal? Holding the ball, well done by Willie Wheeler.
I thought that was signalling him. He was pointed one way and said that's a free kick or something.
I don't know what it was for, but Willie's got it. And probably rightfully so, I'd say. 21 minutes gone here for NZ. Only a 1 point lead to Albury as Yarra go inside 50. Cogill! Gee, flew, I got a good piece of it. Urquhart snaps on goal. Not a bad result. Out of bounds for a boundary throw in. 15 metres out from Yarrawonga's goal. Their forwards are doing a pretty decent job, after 40 minutes.
Yeah, they are. They're competing really well. I said earlier in the game, their energy is held for this 20-21 minutes, so it's a good start from them. They'll be really pleased.
Toss the forward pocket to the Pigeons. Marlon just tries to get out there. Just goes the way of Harry Wheeler. Wheeler looks to go short, chopped off. Ball just fumbles around. Zachariah Packer kicks it. I said play on. Urquhart did well. Gets a handball out. Finds Fothergill. Fothergill to Harry Wheeler. Wheeler sets sail the home. Just misses to the near side. Takes it to 1-4-10. 1-2-8. We steal on scoreboard and we've gone 22 minutes thanks to NZ Albury.
So Scotty, their prime movers are really getting hold of them around the contest. They'll be really pleased with that stuff.
Walker at centre half back. Oh, look at this, coast to coast, the Albury Tigers. Walker to Garthwaite. Garthwaite takes a bounce. 25 from home.
Yes! Get around here!
Footy there.
Get around him, dogs!
It's a play of the day thanks to Petters. And an elite body and paint goal today. Ryan Garthwaite. He might have a funny ball drop, Bobby, but he can kick him straight and accurately. That's all that matters.
Exactly, and that's the quick ball moment
Here we go, Claude.
that Armo spoke about previously early in the quarter, where it's a short ground. If you get it
boy,
right the first one, and Garthwaite just snuck out the back. He's 20 metres on his opponent, and that's all he needed. It was a fantastic kick from Walker. This tripod, boys, it might stick.
Tripod. Got about a nickname tripod.
Tripod, yeah. A lot of meanings there.
Robbie Naha sort of stuff there.
Oh, yeah, you boys, you come up with something there.
Three-headed monster. We just copy something we rip everyone else off everywhere else. So Fox Footy go three-headed monster. No?
Find another bloke. Get the awesome foursome going. I reckon. Monty.
Muller, great tap, but it's going to go the way of Hargraves, the hay boy, smothered in the middle of the ground. Willie Wheeler goes to work at ground level. Hargraves go back and get the handball out, but it's chopped off. Carroll at half forward, looking down. Lyon finds Ryan. Great play by the Tigers. Great use by Carroll, and Ryan will go back and have a shot from 45.
It's a great adjustment from Albury. You know, that first 5 minutes they were tipping it in, and after that point they've lowered their eyes and got the result.
That's Ryan. He's just trying to set his mark here. Just took him a little while to work out where the mark was, so he's going to have a shot after the siren.
He's quite a lean frame.
He is. I thought he'd be
Monty.
bigger. Like he's
Yeah.
nice height, but just quite lean, as you're saying, Gussie. So get a good look at his action here as Ryan, after the siren, to give the Albury Tigers a great start in this first quarter. Sets Salva home. He liked it. Points to the sky. Says that one's through, boys. Get around me. Takes the Tigers to 3-2-20. Yarrawonga 1-4-10 to finish this first quarter, thanks to A-grade oils and batteries.
So only 4 goals in the first term here. 3 to the Albury Tigers, 1 to the Yarrawonga Pigeons. but they're putting on a pretty brave fella here. The Yarrawonga Football Club. Plenty more to come here on OM Live. We'll dissect the first quarter and bring you the second term on the other side of the break here on OM Live, where you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
I reckon I'll go mid.
Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi.
Woo!
Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for your time.
Bob Jackson,
very happy.
Side.
Yeah, the Albury spent a lot of time in their groups, and Isaac Miller had a little bit to say with the midfield. So there's a lot to like about the way Albury are doing it. Whereas are a bit more methodical as they have been in the past. They're well renowned for not panicking and dotting I's and crossing T's.
Thanks to C&L Shower Screens and Wardrobes. Great to have them on board in 2025. Mark Armand, the quarter's best for each team. Yarrawonga seems to be a little bit easier to pick than the Albury Tigers.
Yeah, it does. I thought Dan Howe was excellent across half back. The only asterisk to that would be they start to hit up past him, so he's got to be really careful when to drop off and when to go help. And I thought Conlon was excellent for Albury in their back half. 2 or 3 intercept marks. His field kicking's excellent. So I thought he was their best.
Absolutely, Armo. As we go around the grounds for Mr. Stove's Pool World in the AFL, 7-point lead to the North Melbourne Kangaroos over the Gold Coast Suns, and a 29-point lead at half-time to Bobby's Boys, the Blues. And other O&M games going on currently. It's a 7-point lead at quarter-time to the Rovers over the Hoppers, and a 26-point lead to the Saints over the Raiders, 38-12 there.
And here at the Albury Sports Ground, 3-2-20 the Albury Tigers.
There's a seed playing a bit of havoc here, isn't there?
Mate, the seed got me at half-time, the old seeded bread. Big shout out to the Albury Tigers for setting up a nice platter of sandwiches. They look after us. But unfortunately, the old multi-grain bread is stuck in the back of the throat, so that could wreak havoc towards the back end of the quarter. Bob Jackson, Boundary Side, Newmarket Hotel, players dispersing off the ground here and supporters. What was the key messages at the huddles?
Yeah, Albury were happy with the ball movement when they actually got control of it. As Amo said, the quick ball movement through the centre seems to be catching the Yarrawonga defensive structures out. Whereas Yarrawonga on the other side, they need to be more effective through the midfield. They're getting a lot of balls, and they're prime movers, as we said, in the two-wheelers, Fothergill and Wilson. They're getting a lot of the footy. They just need to make the most of it.
Here we go, the second term on in lives for Jaco Albury-Wodonga with Scott Montgomery.
It's Cogill and Muller go at it again. Muller gets the tap, doesn't really go anywhere. Carroll gets a handball sideways, just gets turned over now. Parker for the Pigeons have it, and we're going to have a ball up still in the centre square. Got about 20 seconds here in the second quarter. Ball tossed up. Muller, too strong. Gainer might have got held on to, and again, but goes and gets it. Jakey boy gets under one tackle, great handball. Umpire says play on, and Walker does that. Goes inside 50, looking for Garthwaite. Too big, too strong. What a play from the Tigers there. Garthwaite will go back and have a set shot. About 20 out slide angle, Armo.
Yeah, his timing just to use the body was excellent. The kick was great, but his ability to read that flight in the drop zone and then just make body contact at the right time shows the experience and playing at a higher level.
I thought the grunt work from Gaynor around that clearance was unbelievable to get that. Win the free kick, but got the handball out to Walker to get him in this position with Garthwaite into the Botanical Gardens end. Set sail. Goes straight through the middle. Goal umpire does not move. And they get around him. As that's the fourth for the Tigers. 4-2-26, 1-4-10. We're going about a minute and a half. Thanks to NZ Auburn, of course. That's on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard. Bobby Jackson for the Newmarket.
Yeah, you mentioned Jake Gaynor. He's been fantastic in his first quarter. He really, he's only a little wee man, but geez, he's strong at low level on the ground. He bailed it up a couple of times and got a nice clean handball to Matty Walker. And part of the tripod, he's hit Garthwaite beautifully, and he rewarded the hard work that was done up the ground. So they look ominous, those boys up forward at the moment.
I feel sorry for Colby Heine-Hennessy not being a part of the tripod.
He was a genuine member last year.
So.
He's been kicked out.
I reckon Bobby's going to roll the tripod. We'll go the awesome foursome. I think Bobby's got an alternative motive there.
There's only 3 black shit goals, boys.
So back in the middle, Cogill's gone in the ruck for Yarrawonga. Now it's Wheeler, gets another clearance for Yarrawonga up towards the half-back flank. Unthank, streaming down the wing, Fletcher Carroll. We know this bloke likes to run and move hard. As the ball through centre wing. Right foot kick, high up and under, into the pocket for the Albury Tigers. Flying across nicely is our man. Empty head, Ned Pendergast, back at the club from VFL duties. Looks to have stripped down a little bit, looks pretty lean this year, does Ed? And his kick just stayed in the field of play, I reckon. The umpire said no, it didn't, out of bounds on the full. You had a pretty good look at that one, Bobby.
Sorry, mate, I'm just Mickey Duncan. We're just comparing hairdos down here at the ground level, so he's after you, Gus. I'll tell you that right now. He's after you right now.
It's going to be a free kick here. Garthwaite took a strong grab, but free kick, I think it's gone against Ryan. And Whooper Irvine's going to have it. Garthwaite would have been going back for his third, so Nixon said he wanted to kick the bag earlier on. As that's a nice kick from Whooper. Finds empty head. Pendergast goes to Kogan when he's got a lot of space. Just runs, son. He does through the middle of the sports ground. Goes long to half forward. Good grab. Taken there on the far side. Can't pick up who that is. He's going to fire a roll on straight away. Goes long and strong towards goal. Through for a minor score. And that was the young kid on debut in Hunter Fonfeld.
Full-back, Ben Kelly. Got a big job to do in the back six for the Albury Tigers with no Lucas Conlon, no Hamish Gilmore. Of course, Gilmore playing in Melbourne this year and Lucas not available today. Zebath left it behind. Payne went inside 50 for the Pigeons. Ball favours Wheeler. Pirouettes, steadies and kicks the Sun-Jam goal of the day. You will not see better than that in 2025. That was all class from Willie Wheeler. Take a bow. The cream rises to the top, Armo.
Yeah, that's what you love about Ovens Murray footy. Players of that calibre who can just do special things, and what an excellent goal.
Bobby Jackson for the Newmarket Hotel. We know that when the big guns are needed for the Yarrawonga Pigeons, they do step up.
No bigger than the Wheeler brothers. That was courageous. You know, you don't expect anything less from those two boys. They're fantastic, and they lead by actions. They're not very loud at ground level, but gee whiz, their actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, what a finish there from Willie. Gets it back to a 9-point walkout. We'll look at the wrong score. What been updated there? The score of Tekatan happy down there at the old scoreboard. As here he goes again, Willie through the middle of the ground. Goes inside 50. Oh, what a kick from Wheeler with that clearance. Finds Leroy on the lead and he'll go back and have a shot from 40 out.
We've said before, there's not a lot of depth in both sides midfield, but gee whiz, the guys that are rolling through at the moment are Rolls Royce, just straight off the top, cream of the crop.
Leroy, first game in charge of the Pigeons. Can he set a tone? Set sail for home. Sounds good. It looks good. Straight through the middle for Big Leroy. That's his first for season 2025. First of many, I reckon. Takes the Pigeons now to 3-5-23. The Tigers 4-2-26. And the Pigeons are starting to get a bit of a roll on here, Bobby.
Yeah, that kick there, we mentioned a few times last year where we thought that Big Leroy wasn't at his peak, but geez, the sound of the footy that came off his foot then was like a cannon going off. So he looks in pretty good nick, the big fella. So, you might be right, Monty. You might have a few goals coming his way this year.
Yeah, I like the adjustment of Benny Kogel in the ruck. Early on, he's just trying to jump and compete physically with Isaac, which he'll never win. That time he went to jump, stepped away and just disrupted Isaac's jump and timing. I think whoever's rucking against him needs to do those things because Isaac's just such a strong ruckman.
I think Yarrawonga have done a good job of trying to neutralise the ball up, though. We're yet to see Isaac have total dominance as he takes that one from the ruck and Kogel wraps him up. Muller is now absorbed in a big tackle. He had prior opportunity and Willie Wheeler, the recipient of the free kick in the centre of the ground, kicks to the hot spot. Beautiful vision, beautiful execution, and Yarrawonga are going to have a chance to kick 3 goals in under a minute, Armo.
And Wheeler's had a huge impact in this last 5 minutes of football, hasn't he, boys?
He has. But how good was that? He went to this skinny side. Everyone went to Williams, and this went out, and I think it's Fromfelder that's found it on that far side. So it was a great little lead back into space.
So this, for the lead, back to the Yarrawonga Pigeons for the first time since the 3rd minute mark. And for 3 goals in a row at the Botanic Garden end. Norriel end, I should say. I reckon the kick on goal is about as good as my commentary there. A little bit skewy from Hunter across the face for a minor score. It's a 2-point lead favouring the Albury Tigers in the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. For 40 winks, Mark Armand on Owen Live.
It's easy football when you win out of the centre, isn't it? And both forward lines look dangerous when it comes straight out of the centre, obviously.
That goes for a little wander out of the square. It's not a great kick. It's going to go out on the full. I'm going to see that from him. It's going to be a free kick the other way of McCabe. He just has to go fetch his own footy. Over the picket fence, which Dan said was the best picket fence in the competition last week. That's why this ground got number 1, which I reckon the surface more probably had something to do with everyone else, but Dan thought the picket fence. The ball goes inside 50 and Leroy. Too big, too strong there for Conlon. And I like Leroy when he goes back and says, boys, I'll have the shot.
Armo for 40 wings.
He definitely looks like he's up and about, Leroy, doesn't he? He looks fit and firing and his body work's been excellent.
There's the coach for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Rolls around with a bit of an arc, sets sail from 49, gets to the goal line. Kelly, great grab from Big Ben. That's nearly a 50, still hasn't come back enough there, has Max Finlay, but now boss says no, all good, a Big Ben. get a relieving kick for the Tigers in the back pocket.
It's probably the hindrance of where Matt Casey would like to be on the goal line, perhaps competing there. But Big Leroy is so tall in attack for the Yarrawonga Pigeons today. He's got a big job to do. Aubrey, in the meantime, have worked the ball down the clubroom side wing to Dom Dunstan on debut. He comes inboard trying to find Z-Bath. The kick on the half volley was okay at best. On to Heine Hennessy inside 50, and Walker's on the lead. And Booker Irvine for the Newmarket Hotel. Bobby was just trailing him there. And a really good kick and a really good mark.
Yeah, there's the fourth member of our little quadruple down forward, boys. He nice entry in there, and silver service. These three boys up front have had some really good attention with their teammates in regards to delivering the footy to them, and they just need to reward this hard work that the midfield are doing, and they are at the moment. They've kicked the 4 goals between the three of them, so they're going for another one here.
So Matty Walker, he's kicked 1-1 today. 45 metres out, Botanic Garden and right foot kick is beautiful. Straight over the goal umpire's hat for his second. And the Albury Tigers aren't over 40 wings, just went coast to coast, something Lee Williams and the coaching staff at Yarrawonga would like to address.
Yeah, it's great ball movement from back half, and we mentioned in the first quarter, after that 5 or 6 minute mark, the ability to hit that target inside their forward 50 has been elite, to be honest. And Yarrawonga, if they've got to do their work early, the backmen. If they get towed around like this, the Albury ball use is at its high level this time of the year, and you can't get towed around and just get led to the footy. So you've got to do work early.
There's lots of kicks coming out of the back half at the moment. They're just finding space in the open space on the wings. They're just going with it, the Tigers, as Muller wins that tap. Duncan, tackled, handball backwards towards Kelly. Jackson can't pick it up. Now he's clean. Handball's not great. Urquhart gets a hand on it. Wheeler doesn't quite be clean. Fothergill gets tackled, dispossessed. Ball now finds its way towards Hargraves. Quick handball backwards finds Wilson. Cam Wilson goes inside 50, looking to the pocket. Who can he find? Williams is going to get paid a free kick against Kelly. It was an obvious one. Bobby, what did you see?
Yeah, Benny Kelly had a handful of jumper there, and the free kick was warranted, but it's a war already now, and the boys coming off. I just had a quick word to Fletcher Carroll, and I said, how is it, mate? He said, she's hot out there, and I said, geez, it's going to be tough later in the day. So he's not looking too far ahead. He's just looking at the next little stint on the ground. So it might be a war of attrition today, lads.
There's Big Leroy. Looking for number 2. A bit closer than the last one. Doesn't like it off the boots. Across the face from line of score. Takes them up to 3-7. 25, 5-2, 32, the Tigers on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard. We've gone nearly 11 minutes thanks to Steele on.
Nice work out in front from Garthwaite. He's going to be the recipient of the free kick against Pendergast. Right in front of our broadcast position, Wheeler. This time it's Harry. Intercepts beautifully. The Wheeler boys are really starting to lift here for the Yarrawonga Pigeons in the second term for J.K. Albury. True centre wing, it's Harry, the captain. Kicks to the pocket, wanting to find a stoppage. Muller flew high. Albury Tigers are down off the play. Look to be a friendly fire. Unfeigned through it. Umpire missed it. Ball's in the hands of Watson. Fed the ball back to Urquhart. Inside 50. Williams flew across. Pretty clever there from Ben Kogel, I thought, too, Armo.
Yeah,
allow the coach to fly at the pillar.
Yeah, really well done to hold his ground and just hold his opponent down on the ground with him. But Williams is becoming an issue here for him. If he starts kicking straight, I think he can be the difference going into half-time.
Collins is coming on the ground now, boys, so that might have been a bit of a mismatch there that the defence didn't allow for.
Unselfish from Leroy. He was kicking from 40, lowered the eyes and found Fothergill a little bit closer with a better angle, Armo.
How does Fothergill get that much space inside 50 is beyond me. He's one of the most highly rated players in the comp, and his ability to hit the scoreboard week in, week out. It's a designated matchup. It should have someone with him every step.
He's one of the prime small forwards in the competition. His ability to work up the ground is superb, but equally his ability to finish. This will test Nick Fothergill, maybe for distance. Right foot kick from 40 metres, looks to be pretty good. He's a smooth operator, Nick Fothergill. He kicks his first, and the margin is back to under a kick on O&M Live as we cross boundary side to Bob Jackson. Looks to be Big Billy Robertson being carried off by the medical staff. He's bypassing the gates, so that's not a good sign.
They're taking him straight off. I reckon he's put his head where he probably shouldn't have, looks like it was. It looks like a bit of a head knock.
I reckon he got stomped on, not deliberately. I think Big Leroy might have, in a mark contest, he went to ground.
They pulled out the bucket, so that's...
He's obviously feeling a bit crook.
Yeah.
So I reckon, he might have just got trodden on or landed on or something. He was on the ground for a while, and I reckon Big Leroy in that last marking contest he was involved in. Ball's back in the middle. Heiner Hennessy wins that tap. Duncan first on to ground level. Handball turned over. Howe. Dispossessed. Urquhart tackled straight away. Bit of scrappy play there.
Does that mean he's done for the day, Billy, if he doesn't come off via the gates?
Yep.
So Albury down to 3 on the bench, Monty.
Yep, absolutely. So it could be tough in these hot conditions. There's the ball now. Bender. Just handballs it, goes and gets it himself. Worried out of it. Ball ground level. One the ball up. Right at the top of the 50 arc here. Botanical Gardens end. Up by Harvey. I think Robbie's liking this in the Botanical Gardens. Ball inside 50. Heiner Hennessy. Not paid a mark. Ryan gets the handball off. Gainer from 40. Across the face. Through for a minor score. Extends the lead to 2 points on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard. 5-3, 33, 4-7, 31. The Pigeons. We've gone 14 minutes thanks to NZ Albury and Mark Arman thanks to 40 Winks.
Just watching Williams, the way he's coaching out on the ground, obviously that's his role, but it's really impressive. He's really vocal, pointing around, and that's what these young Yarrawonga Pigeons need, that real leadership out there.
Pendergast kick from full back out to the broadcast side wing, and Dan Howe is held. He plays on quickly. Cam Wilson, the edge of the centre square, wants to attack the corridor. Dangerous kick, but it works out well. This is Wheeler. He's want to kick inside forward 50 is Harry. Top of the goal square, trying to find Fothergill. But Lucas Jacob Conlon, I should say, sat in the hole. I'm so used to calling Lucas Monty as a key defender. As he kicks out of D50, not his best kick. Lee Williams impacted the contest with Jim Grills, and the ball's out of bounds for a boundary throwing right in front of the social marquee, which looks to be closed today, Monty. A little bit too hot, I'd say.
I think there's a fair bit going on upstairs. I think it might be a ladies' day or something. By the sounds of it, a bit of live music, so I think they've all had it up there today. Tossed in Muller, just a fist.
Just a quick one update, boys, on Billy Robinson. They've taken him straight around to the change rooms there. You could probably see him as he's coming around towards the throw-in now. He doesn't look in real good nick. He's under the supervision of 3 trainers there, so that's all hope he's okay.
Nothing untoward with what happened in the incident, just a bit unfortunate as Muller now takes it out of the ruck. Gainer kicks it around the body, finds about 50 metres of territory. Another throw in right in front of the Albury race. Carrying 2-point lead, the Tigers on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard.
I don't know about you boys, but I'm a big fan of live music, just not during the footy. It's sort of distracting a little bit. Bobby J for the Newmarket Hotel.
I'm all for it, Gus, I'm sorry.
And that's got nothing to do with the fact that who's sponsoring the day today.
No, that's exactly right.
Boundary throw in, true centre wing. The Tigers lead by 2 points over Yarrawonga. The 15-minute mark of the second term for NZ. Gainer, head over the footy. Now is Cam Wilson for Yarrawonga. The umpire calls for it and we'll ball it up once again for 40 Winks. Mark Arm. A bit of a stalemate here in the midway point of the second term.
Yeah, there is. This midfield battle is really intriguing, isn't it? They're both having their turns at it.
Gainer wins another clearance, goes inside 50, it's a nice kick, finds the teammate in Quaid, Quaid plays on straight away, goes across looking for the coach, Garth Waits! Too big, too strong, elite body and paint mark of the day right there to the Tigers coach. He'll go back and have a shot for number 3.
On this shorter ground, all defenders are different, they play to their strengths, but I'd rather Garthwaite beating you up the ground opposed to that's his second or third time he's been able to hold his space, and the Albury boys have clearly trained over summer with their forward entries to him.
As Garthwaite took the one-hander, going to go back, 20 out. Awkward ball drop, but it's effective. Number 3 for the coach for the Tigers. Extends the lead out to 8 points. 6-3, 39 to 4-7, 31 on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard. And we've gone 17 minutes thanks to NZ Albury in the second quarter, thanks to JK Albury Wodonga as we go down to Bobby Jackson thanks to the Newmarket.
Just real clever with the way he uses, particularly protecting the fat side of the ground there. There's been a couple of times this quarter where the ball's actually drifted over the defender's head and he's been in the strong side of the contest, and we need to make some adjustments in regards to how they defend these 3 fellas down forward for Albury.
Mark Arman, thanks to 40 Minks.
Yeah, the hard thing with the adjustment is in the first quarter, Ryan hit up really well. Now he's holding his back space, so that'll throw defenders off because the moment you take back shoulder, he'll come up with the ball.
Straight from the centre clearance, Fletcher Carroll streams inside 50. He pulled back on the kick. And it's across the face for a minor score. He looked a little bit in two minds there, did Fletch. I'd like to see him back himself, Armo.
Yeah, you would. There needs to be more noise around him and go for goal.
So from fullback, Yarrawonga via Pendergast. Not his best kick. He was kicked and pushed as he went to kick, I should say. Now a contest between Howe and Grills. Well done, Howe. Shoveled the ball backwards, got it under Parker. Now across half back, Yarrawonga have it. Long kick down the line. Muller got there on the half volley, fed it nicely to Gaynor. On the right boot, inside 50. Falls in towards a bit of dispute. Pendergast got a nice block from Irvine. He's going to bomb it long down the line to a contest. Williams and Muller. Williams couldn't quite get there. And Isaac Muller takes a mark. True centre wing.
Free kick, pushing it back.
It's going to go the way of Jacob Conlon, who's playing a good game at centre half back. On the right boot, trying to find Walker, who's got it 70 from home.
Walker looking for the coach again. Is he? Nah, it's Paul King. We're on the same connection there. An empty head. He gets back. Probably could have taken the mark.
Well, what's his name, Monty?
Yes, well, Michael Gibbons did tell us that about 2 years ago now, so yeah, just punt those ones, please, next time. But probably the talk around him there to be there. He's going to have a throw in right in front of the digital scoreboard here at the sports ground. Botanical Gardens end of the ground. Bobby's laughed every time I've said that. His Garth went out of the ruck, snaps it on the boot, but through for a minor score. Out to a 10-point lead now. The CMB truck and bus scoreboard. It's 41-31.
Any chance you can get to twist a knife, just do it, don't you?
Yeah.
I love it.
You've got to do it.
Around the grounds, Mr. Stove's Pool World. 59 plays the Raiders. 19, Myrtleford over Wodonga at Burleigh Park.
Come on, when you can.
Now it's Cam Wilson for Yarrawonga on the right boot. Kicks okay. Now towards the clubroom side. Yarrawonga going to kick inside 50. Fothergill didn't quite have a good leap at the footy, but Byrne did. Handball missed the target. Now it's on to Payne for Yarrawonga to enter the contest. He did a decent job at that one, handballing forward. Now it's Urquhart. Head over the football, right on Zeebath. Umpires found a free kick for a hold. It's the other way of Albury, but the kick was turned over. Yarrawonga now via Howe. Switched the ball nicely. 55 from home. Ball's in the hands of Mitch Parker. The youngster out of the thirds via Kiowa. Kicks to the hot spot, looking for Cogill. Flew second by the cherry. Not the best kick from Parker, but it's effective to Big Ben.
Well, it kind of threw the Albury defence off because they'd all scrambled back pretty well, but they didn't expect that ball to fall short. That is the danger when you scramble back and you're guarding spaces of defence nowadays, is suddenly someone pops up and everyone's looking at each other thinking, whose man was he?
In a game that's ebbed and flowed, if Ben Cogill can kick this one, the margin's back to 4 points. Yarrawonga, we're a lot closer in the game than what the field sort of is at the Albury Sports Ground. 25 metres out, slight angle, Ben Cogill. Right foot kick, looks to be pretty good through the big sticks, and it's a 4-point ball game for CMV Truck and Bus. Yarrawonga will not go away. Bobby Jackson for the Newmarket.
Yeah, Stevie J had big raps on this boy at the start of last year before a ball had been kicked, and he's since proven him right. He's a versatile big man that can sort of float up forward, and I think he spent a little bit of time down back at various stages last year, but seeing him playing in the ruck today and really competing, and Armo, mentioned at the start of that quarter there, they just want him to compete, and there's been a few times where he hasn't won the ruck contest, but he's butted up a couple of times and really forced big guys out to commit to the contest.
Resting forward, he's just a dangerous option, dangerous size, so that's why the GWS Academy have got him in there. Muller through Carroll now, finds his way to Duncan. Duncan inside 50, over the top there of Dunstan. And it's going to be, no, we've got a blood rule. A lot of whistle getting blown, but it's big guys.
One of the wheelers.
One of the Harry, he gets cut open every week, I reckon. Is it? Or Willie?
That's Harry. Willie, Harry's about to go on.
Has a level. In the back pocket, he's told to wait.
It's not that newly constructed honker he got done last year, is it?
Maybe. You got a closer look than us, I reckon, Bobby.
Yeah, there's a bit of claret coming off the bridge of his nose. I think he just
strap it up.
Put the mummify on.
There's Lovell. Kicks long. Burn. How too big. Takes the mark. Goes inboard straight away looking for Whooper. Whooper Irvine now. Goes sideways. Looking for a teammate in Finlay. Takes the mark on centre wing. Finlay plays on straight away. Looking inside 50 for Hargraves. Missed him. Ryan. Quick handballs to Packer. Packer goes looking for Duncan with the new haircut. Ducks. Goes through the middle again. Looking for Gaynor. Oh, treatment. Umpire says that's 50.
Oh, Duncan.
He doesn't like it, Michael Duncan. It's going to be a free kick and a 50-metre penalty. Jakey Gaynor, this will take him to the top of the 50-yard. And a lot of work being done quickly by the forwards of the Tigers.
Tell you what, Monty, if Duncan connected there,
I reckon he might have connected and just might have slipped off a bit of sweat as Gaynor goes inside 50 ball kick. Very poor kick, and Blake Keynes takes the intercepting mark, and he'll relieve the pressure for the Pigeons.
It was the shortest 50 I've ever seen. It wasn't even the distance of the square, and it was taken inside.
You would want to buy real estate off him, that's for sure. The big lizard, I like him in defence, Monty. It's been all right, hasn't he? Comes with big raps from a few of the Corridor boys. And towards Gaynor on the edge of the centre square. Harry Wheeler, handballs. Wilson retracts, goes backwards. This is nice here from Yarrawonga, quite methodical. Urquhart, fumble, regathers, spins around. Oh, great tackle. Really good from him, this young Ty Quaid it was. Captain the Thirds last year and got a taste of senior footy. He's 70 from home, directly in front, kicks into the pocket, high up and under, trying to find Dom Dunstan. Might keep this ball alive. In fact, he can't. An umpire will call for a boundary throw-in on the junction of the boundary line and the 50 arc here at the Albury Sports Ground. 24 minutes gone for NZ, and it's a really good game of footy. The Albury Tigers 6-5-41 to Yarrawonga 5-7-37. Thanks to CMV Truck and Bus.
Muller, too big, too strong. Wins that clearance. Ball goes inside 50, looking for Garthwaite. What can he do on this long lead? Garthwaite gets a handball, looking for a teammate. It's Grills. What a spin. Oh, what a tackle that is. How good is that from Max Finlay? Real big spear tackle, and Jimmy Grills didn't quite know what hit him then. Coming out of nowhere. The Finlay switches the play, finds Harry Wheeler, moves it on straight away against Urquhart. He's got Wilson in the paddock of space. If he sees him, he doesn't. He goes over his head towards Fothergill. Byrne does a great job to get back. Gets a double fister in. Breaks that play up. Probably should have hit Wilson there, Urquhart.
And this is where the fatigue's starting to set in. They need to take the easy ones. Just take the ones that are on. Don't try and overcreate anything.
Pulls him out of line, doesn't it?
Does.
All of a sudden, Byrne goes up. Then Fothergill gets it on the overlap. And he probably has a shot from 45 if he had gone through Wilson.
What about the tackle from Max Finlay? I like that one. Elite body and paint play that The ball's going to spill out of bounds for another restart. Boundary side, Bob Jackson for the Newmarket Hotel. A lot of players looking for the half-time siren.
I'll tell you what, the Garty just come off just then gasping for air. I think he might to pick up the whiteboard now, just do a few movements of magnets before the half-time break to get out of going back on.
Muller won the tap from the boundary throw-in. Ball spills out the back of the contest. Duncan, little toe poker, gains about 20 metres. In dispute, nice clever link-up play from the Tigers. Grills running a bit of trouble. Now the ball comes backwards to Grills. Handball's over the top. Yarrawonga a little bit fumbly here as the ball pinballs around. On to Clark via Wilson. He tried to play on. The umpire said he didn't have prior opportunity and we ball it up. Yarrawonga's in a square.
Yarrawonga's communication defensively has been really impressive. There's several guys pointing, directing traffic, which is good.
Nice tap from Muller, sat in the air a little bit too long for Gaynor. Now Yarrawonga have numbers, they bring it out to the broadcast side. Expecting to take that mark out in front, Big Maxi Finlay, who gave him a wrap before. Ball comes back inboard. On top of the football there, Parker, he's wrapped up by Duncan. A little bit of argy-bargy here. The players going to pull their teammates out as the umpire's going to throw it up at the 26-minute mark for NZ.
Tossed up now, centre wing. Muller just takes it out of the ruck, gets it inside 50. Who's going to be the first with this battle? Heiner Hennessy, no Walker, just drops it. Clark for the Pigeons, happy to take that one over. Ball up right on the junction of the 50 in the boundary. Nearly 27 minutes here in the second quarter, thanks to Jake Calder and ends at Albury. 4-point lead to the Tigers. Ball's about to set sail. Muller and Urquhart to battle. Muller just pushes him out of the way, takes it out of the ruck, gets a handball away. Carroll taps away from Byrne, his teammate. Carroll's at ground level. Good tackle there from Wheeler. Have another ball up just inside 50. Siren won't be far away. 27 and a bit gone. Quite looking for the ruckman. Same two as before, mate. Now Muller just gets the punch. Be a free kick paid. Don't know who to. Who's he found? He's pointing one way, he's pointing another.
Looks like it's Albury's.
And it's going to be Jake Gaynor. It's going to be right on his distance. He's going to have to kick from 45. Bobby Jackson, you see that one?
No.
Okay.
Ruck raffle, mate, and stoppages.
Holding off the ball.
Yeah, holding off the ball. It's with the three umpires, they all watch different parts of the stoppage and different parts of the ball up, and obviously there was a non-controlling umpire that's come in and called a holding man off the ruck contest.
Little Jakey, he's been really big today through the middle of the ground for the Tigers. Just what the Albury want, just a bit of breathing space right on half-time. Jakey Gaynor, never in doubt. Straight through it, didn't even love that one. Gives him a 10-point lead, 7-5, 47 to 5-7, 37. And that's on the CMB truck and bus scoreboard as we go to Bobby Jackson, thanks to the Newmarket Hotel.
He's been massive. He's played a lot more time through the middle today, and he's worked right around the ground, particularly defensively. And he'll be my top three, mate, to half-time, I think, Jakey Gaynor.
100%. He's been excellent. He's work around traffic, and he's only small, as we know, but he's as hard as they come, and he bursts through stoppage with his legs, drives out of stoppage.
Around the grounds, Mr. Stokes Pool World, some big news coming through from the Rovers and North Albury game. We'll tell you about that at the half-time break. As Albury go inside forward 50, Yarrawonga have numbers. Whooper Irvine off the half-back flank. Dinky little kick over the top. I think Payne's marked it, he has. They're going to look to suck a bit of life out of this game here at Yarrawonga as they work their way towards half-time. They currently trail by 10 points for Jacob. As the siren sounds here for half-time, the Albury Tigers, they lead 7-5, 47 to 5-7, 37 over the Yarrawonga Pigeons. It's been an entertaining first half of footy. Plenty of goals, plenty of action. Bob Jackson looks like he's going to go boundary side. He's got Lee Masters from the Yarrawonga Pigeons joining him.
I've got Lee Masters down here, boys. What's your take on that first half, mate? She's nice and warm out there.
No, it is. It's nice on the boundary line out there. I think that their boys have cracked in. They started really well.
Armo mentioned there towards the back end of that quarter that the defensive unit is starting to get their stuff together, and there's plenty of communication. They're working well as a unit. They've got their hands full with those three boys up forward, haven't they?
Yeah, they do. Quality forward line, but there's a couple of players down there too. So if I was
in the cream through the midfield.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
I reckon I'll go mid.
Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a hole
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
Broader Cancer Council fundraiser featuring Aussie comedians Ro Campbell, Billy Starr.
We're just about to get underway here in the third term. Players take their respective positions. Umpire holds the Sharon Aloffen for Wiesners. Here's Scotty Montgomery.
Muller and Cogill. Yeah, a bit of a stalemate, that one. Muller goes back at it. Oh, well done, Ziba. Comes out of the middle, gets it inside 50. Ball bounces. It's not a great bounce for the defenders. Hyder Hennessy, part of the awesome foursome. Hyder Hennessy puts it through to the Norwell end. Tell you what, that's gone about 20 seconds for Albury to kick their first after half time. Extends the lead out to 16 points. Takes the Tigers to 8-5. 53.
After that call, Monty, I'm on board. He's in. He's in.
Geez, it hasn't taken long to sway you. 20 seconds into the second half, Bobby.
Mate, you've nailed that call. Yeah, that was opportunity, and that's what his role might be, mate. If those three big boys are getting all the attention, he might get off the hook and kick a few goals. So that'll be interesting to see how that all pans out with those four boys up forward. And yeah, his role, he's quite a flexible player, so he can roll through the midfield or across a wing or down back as well. So the sky's the limit for him this year. If those three boys are taking the attention, it could be a big year for young Colby.
And footy can be unlucky, can't you? It can be unlucky. Like two Yarra backmen attacked the footy, bounced straight over the heads and run into an easy goal.
And of course, he pumps the ball halfway to the Albury, New South Wales, Victorian border.
I love that because he got to finish his sausage roll while he was waiting for the ball to come back.
It's not going to help our early getaway, Gus.
No, it certainly won't. It's taken. Yeah, we're ditching you. Yeah. Sayonara.
Part-time, boys.
That's us, mate.
A double invoice today, Monty.
Oh, yeah, you don't miss there, Bobby. You don't miss, that's for sure.
So Colby Hyder Hennessy with the first goal of the second half, extending the margin to 16 points for the Albury Tigers, thanks to Inspirations Paint. Whistle from the centre stoppage.
Ruck raffle.
And it looks like it's going to go the way of Muller. As Bobby Jackson for the Newmarket Hotel said, a ruck raffle. And Isaac Muller has got the ball. Sharon in hand, right foot kick. Just kicks to the hot spot inside attacking 50. Pendergast. Gee, that's a good mark from our man Empty Head, who of course is spending a bit of time down in Melbourne with Williamstown in the VFL. And picking up where he left off from 2024. Harry Wheeler switches to Dan Howe. Probably Yarra's two best players today on the ground. Out wide to the clubroom side. Nice mark by Payne. So Yarrawonga going to try and play methodically here and link up with some chain possessions. Umpire calls Payne to play on. Long down the clubroom sides. Conlon flew high, brought it front and centre. Wilson had his head over the footy, left it behind. Now Matt Walker, who's a long way from home, on the non-preferred, kicks long down the line.
I like that.
Jake Ryan, got crunched there. Umpire said it was fair. Pendergast let him know about it. Inside 50 goes Ryan, out the back uncontested. The mark has been taken. I think it's Reed Clark who comes short, and he finds Willie Wheeler for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. 3 minutes gone for NZ. The Albury Tigers with one goal to start the second half, thanks to Wiesners.
As Payne now at half back goes looking for Wilson. It's a good kick, and it's a great break from Wilson. He's got a teammate on. He just needs to use the easy one. Just goes down the line, finds a teammate, and that's Finlay. Finlay goes short, finds Wheeler. This is methodical build-up here from Yarra. There's a lot of space. Leroy's calling for it, but doesn't want to go to him. Wheeler now just rolls around, goes to the top of the square. Big pack of numbers. Urquhart's there, so's Unthank. Unthank wins it for the Tigers, and now he finds Byrne. Byrne, relieving kick, part of our awesome foursome. Hyder Hennessy has it at half-back. He's going to go down the line looking for Garthwaite. Garthwaite on true centre wing for the Tigers. He's going to just go to half-forward. He's got a couple of options. Picks the harder one, and Kelly uses the body well. Being paid a push. It's a free kick to Irvine. Maybe he didn't use the body quite as well as I thought.
The work rate of those awesome foursomes are quite impressive, Almo. They're all working down in the D50. Kind of the relieving kick on the far side of the ground, and he kicked it to Walker on the centre wing. So they're getting a fair work rate up, those four boys.
Yeah, they are. They're making it really small, the ground on defence, Aubrey. They've come out with a really strong defensive mindset. They're obviously playing a high press, but when they get the footy, they want to make it really big.
Benny Cogill with an almost elite body and paint mark of the day, of 3/4. After all that, Yarrawonga via Fothergill get the ball 55 out. He burns an option in Parker because he lowered the eyes for the coach. Lee Williams, 25 metres out, probably a 50-degree angle. A little bit of right to left here from big Leroy Armo, who's his bread and butter
Yeah, I was just touching on their defensive setup, Albury. They've obviously put a lot of work into it, but Yarras, if they're more methodical with the way they're moving the ball from back half to front, and if you do pick through them, you can get results.
Lee Williams looking for goal number 2. Botanic Gardens end. Right foot kick looks good. The Pigeons respond. Margins back to 10 here on O&M Live, thanks to Inspirations Paints. Bob Jackson is boundary side. Looks like he's found a bit of shade for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yes, he's nice and warm down here, so I found a nice little spot down here. But Armo nailed it, and so did Monty at half-time, where we needed to see Big Leroy take ownership of whenever the ball's inside that forward 50 and be a presence for his club. And no better way there than a nice short lead. And the lead was honoured, and he did the right thing by putting it straight through the middle. And his reaction when he kicked the goal was pretty important too. Like, yep, just get the ball to me and I'll do the rest type sort of attitude, which is what they need.
Geez, Mitchy Parker's been burnt a couple of times already in this quarter. He's worked so hard on this wing and just been not used. But anyway, he'll keep trying. Going to get a free kick here. It's going to go the way of Harry Wheeler in the centre of the ground. Wheeler assessing his options. A lot of space around Leroy. That's where I'd be going. And he does. Not the best kick. Gets out the back. Kelly brings it to ground. Who's going to be first there? Cam Wilson is. Swoops on it. Gets taken high by Unthank. He's going to get a free kick. And Cam Wilson, beautiful user of the ball, should go back and put this one through, Armo.
Yeah, Williams pushed back really strong, didn't he? And created that ground ball for his players. It's like shell and peas for Cam Wilson, these shots.
You're going to put it on him that he'll kick it? Yeah, righto, so you'll moz him.
If there was a 40-wing stat sheet, Armo would have marked this down for a goal already.
Yep. Oh, I agree. As soon as he got the free kick, he went, yep, what that?
And he'd kick it either side. You watch this.
Either side?
Well, he'll pick either.
Yeah, well, he's definitely going to kick with one of those boots.
That's true.
Cam Wilson now will set sail from 35. The little master, what's he done? He's hit the post. Almost mozzed him. I tell you what.
Damn it.
The new Robbie's here. It's a minor score. 6-8, 44 the Pigeons. 8-5, 53 thanks to Inspirations Paint. And we've gone 7 minutes thanks to NZ Albury.
Burn from full back. Duncan. Watermelon would have drowned him as he dropped an absolute dolly across half back, but he regathers on the left boot and goes long down the line. He finds Pitt. In fact, Ryan, I should say, onto Heine Hennessy, who goes with a bit of a lob wedge inside 50. Dunstan tried to wrestle.
That's a grab.
That's a great grab.
And it's a mark to Pendergast. I think Dunstan was trying to manipulate the umpire there, Armo, for 40 winks.
Yeah, he was, but he wasn't having any of it.
He's probably been Yarra's best to start the second term, or the second half, I should say. Ball was in the hands now of Fronfelder, down the line looking for Wheeler. This is Harry, inboard, nice looking one. Now Payne, on the right boot, kicks in the Williams direction. He's got 2 to beat. Well done from Ben Kelly. Really emphasised his role as a key defender there with a big fist. Top of the goal square, Conlon. He's going to mark this one for the Albury Tigers. Switch it out to the broadcast side, and the ball's going to sit with Joseph Muller.
There's Joey Muller now for the Tigers. Just trying to assess his options. It's a dangerous kick, but it's a good one. Finds Carroll coming back inboard. Fletcher's asking for a bit of movement. And now Jakey Gaynor on the half-back flank. Looking down the line, asking for someone to lead at him. He's going to go back inboard. Goes back to his mate and Carroll. Carroll wants to keep going with it. Should have been told to play on, but the umpire said no. Now we go short to Duncan. I'm liking the new cut on Dunks. I reckon it's making him look quick today. Super quick.
Aerodynamic, Monty.
Very aerodynamic. And I'm liking his positional change too, in the middle. As Mikulski now goes sideways, finds Conlon. Conlon's going to open the game up here with a nice long kick. Finds Unthank. He's got a lot of space. Takes one bounce. Should take another one and keep going. Doesn't. Lowers the eyes. Finds Walker on a lead. It's a good grab from Walker.
Ooh.
Might have caught one high. As he's about 70 from home. He's going to look long and deep. Looking for Ryan. It's a great kick just over the top. Pendergast has it now for the Pigeons. He's going to look for a teammate. Smothered off the boot. Can't quite pick it up. There's Hargraves. Dragging it in there. No, umpire says it popped out. Dunstan tackled over the line. We'll have a ball up just inside 50. The Tigers end. They lead by 9 points thanks to Inspirations Paint. And we have gone nearly 10 minutes thanks to NZ Albury.
Just need the Yarrawonga back six to stand up here, Armo.
Yeah, they do, and they're doing a pretty good job of it. They had Isaac isolated on a mismatch there, Albury, and they didn't see him.
So Gaynor, he emerges onto Heine Hennessy. This is Jackson Kelly running to the top of the square and kicking a Sunjan goal of the day. The Albury Tigers respond some 5 minutes after Yarrawonga have kicked their first goal of the second half. Inspirations Paint scoreboard sees the Tigers out to a 16-point lead. Here on O&M Live as we go boundary side, Bob Jackson, Newmarket Hotel.
Nice finish there. The stoppage work was exceptional, and the hands through the outside 50 into the 50 was exceptional, nice and clean, and the finish by young Jackie O'Kelly was top shelf. So, yeah, a little bit of a stalemate there for the best part of 5-10 minutes there, where the ball was played at a breakneck speed. So, a goal there was a nice little break for all the players.
This ball gets find its way back to the middle. 15-point lead to the Tigers. Jack O'Kelly, just explosive pace through that stoppage, down the footy, and puts it through. It's back in the middle. Cogill battling hard here against Muller. Give that tap to Muller. It's Kelly again breaking through the clearance. Kicks it out towards half forward. Dunstan. Oh, going for the fresh area there was Pern. Ball finds its way to Ryan. Looking for Gaynor now. Gaynor for slick hands. Zeebath. Eddie, what can you do? A minor score. Takes it out to a 16-point lead. 9-6-60, 6-8-44 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard.
They look dangerous around stoppage in this last couple, haven't they, Albury? They've got real speed around the ball and owning the outside space.
Like Eddie Zeebath, he just brings something, a little bit of X factor to this Albury Tigers lineup. He's floating around and across a few lines. Heiner Hennessy from the kick in at full back. There's another shot on goal, but it's across the face to the right-hand side for a minor score. Margin now 17 points here on O&M Live, thanks to Wiesners.
Really important 5 or 6 minutes for Yarra. They don't want to get scored against back-to-back, so they need to find a way through this press. As you can see, Albury are really high.
Pendergast with the kick-in duties from full-back. Kicks out to the club room side. Spills out the back. Cam Wilson got some work to do. Jackson Kelly for the Tigers. He's hot on his heels, and he applies a nice tackle. Will ball it up. True centre wing. Club room side of the Albury Sports Ground. Here in the third term, thanks to Wiesner's. Goals to Colby, Heiner Hennessy, Lee Williams, and Jackson Kelly. We've got a 16-point lead, I think it is, to the Albury Tigers.
It's Gaynor takes the half volley, wrapped up straight away. Looks like Dan Howe's playing a bit more around the ball this quarter, boys. Not playing that loose man like he did a lot in the first half.
Well, they needed to find some other rotations through there, didn't they? Because they're really good players, did all the heavy lifting in that first half, and they can't go at that rate the whole game.
Bit of a stalemate happening here on the half-forward flank for the Tigers. So we're going to have another stoppage with Jake Gaynor again, getting off the bottom of the pack. Just a real warrior for the Tigers. A lot's going to rely on him this year through the middle of the ground, I feel, as Muller gets that tap, goes inside 50. Walker, first on it, tackled straight away. It's a strong tackle. It's going to be rewarded. It's going to be a free kick to the Pigeons, and it's going to go the way of Hunter Frontfelder.
Yarra don't have that real explosion away now when they win possession of the footy from free kick or mark, and Albury have really crammed them up and making this ground really small on them.
Don't forget the Albury Tigers have been down to 3 on the bench since the 13-minute mark of the second term when Billy Robertson was taken from the ground. We'll get an update on that as the day goes on. Yarrawonga are playing methodically, and they're executing it quite nicely. Dan Howe, chiselling kick to Cam Wilson. Just forward of true centre wing. Cam on the right, wants to go to a one-on-one. 2 come now for the Tigers. Jacob Conlon flies across the pack. On the junction of half-back in the boundary line, he chisels one, and he finds its way to McCloskey. He's got the ball, Sharon in hand, in front of the old grandstand here at the Albury Tigers. Umpire calls him to play on. Right foot kick, long down the line, broadcast side. Garthwaite, second bite of the cherry. Gaynor picked his pocket, left the ball behind. Now Kelly breaks away, but he took it across the chalk, right in front of Bobby Jackson for the Newmarket Hotel.
Just a little bit of a don't argue there from Jackson Kelly. I didn't appreciate that, so I'll get him back later on. But, yeah, how good was that defensive work by Jacob Conlon down there? He left his man come across to intercept and then kept the ball in and rebounded it out. He's playing some sort of game out down in defensive for the Albury Tigers.
Inspirations Paint scoreboard, 17-point lead to the Albury Tigers. Muller just goes bang. Nearly like a kick, finds Garthwaite. It's a little sideways kick to Kelly. Kelly looking inside for Walker. Chopped down, but the umpire says play on. Carroll, what a pickup that is. Fletcher, sidesteps, going a little bit too quick, but he puts it on the boot now. Fletcher Carroll. Sunjan goal today. What a play there from Fletcher. That's his first for the year. And it extends the lead out now to 23 points on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard, and we're gone for nearly 15 minutes thanks to NZ Albury.
Again, that speed away from stoppage is really coming to the fore for Albury, isn't it? It's once they get first possession, and they are gone, and they're hard to stop when they're in that mind frame, and they're really disciplined with their running both ways today.
How's the deft touch by Ryan Garthwaite, the little Irish...
Did he mean it?
Yes, I think he did, yeah. From where I was sitting, it looked like a little side jab thing from the Irish native game. Scott.
23-point lead, the highest of the game to the Albury Tigers as Muller starts to assert some dominance in the ruck. Harry Wheeler won the clearance up the centre half forward. McCabe tries to get involved here for Yarrawonga. Spills out the back, Willie Wheeler on the hands. Comes back now to Harry. Harry Wheeler for Yarrawonga. Left foot kick in towards centre half forward, not the best. The smalls for the Albury Tigers look to have the pace here. One of whom is Matt Bender on debut, the boy from Holbrook. Does well to make a contest. He's not going to give up now. Yarrawonga via Dan Howe, regather possession. On to Urquhart, who goes off a step, trying to find Leroy. Well done. Great kick from Urquhart to the advantage of big Leroy, and Armo for 40 wings as a full forward. That's how you like the ball coming inside 50.
You do, right to your advantage. I know the last couple of entries, though, before that one, they haven't looked low. Yarra have got people queuing up across half forward, so they've got to lower their eyes. Like, this has worked out this time, but I think that was a bit of more of a kick and hope. If they lower their eyes, they're going to find some targets through that half forward line.
You'll have a nice view of this on Snap Print Solutions TV. As the ball drifts to the left-hand side for a minor score to Lee Williams. 22-point lead to the Albury Tigers on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Big shout out to Jeff Gray and the team at Inspirations Paint. Kiwa Street Albury sticking with us on O&M Live this year. He's also doing Dancing with the Stars, Monty. Big Jeff.
Look out, everyone support that cause. Money goes to a great cause, and that's a nice long kick from Byrne, and it found Big Ben Kelly, who's moved into the ruck, I reckon, with Big Isaac coming to the bench. It's Kelly now, lowers the eyes, not a great kick. Heiner Hennessy through his hands. Walker on the boot. I'm going to take a mark here. I did too.
Oh, Monty, you little
disposal. Hang on.
Yeah, door. There we go. Hit him too. Don't show that one on TV.
We're not getting to hear the end of this, are we?
No, I don't know if you saw how clean that was, Robbie, but did not fumble it.
Wipe that footy.
I'm just annoyed. I should have punched.
I didn't see it coming. I was trying to get some around the ground.
That's Lovell. His kick from there out of bounds on the full. Smothered. Well done, Matty Walker. Made the first mistake.
Monty
but cleaned it up.
footy.
Well done, Matt Walker. He made up for that mistake he just made. So ball's going to be thrown in now right in front of Robbie Jackson. On true centre wing. Right in front of our broadcast position as well. Tossed in. It's not a bad throw too. Big Ben gets the front spot. Well done, Harry Wheeler. Wow. How good is that? That is Crumming. 101 right there. Kick to centre half forward. Out the back. Finlay. He's clean. Breaks the 50. Looking for his coach. Can't find him. Well done there from Unthank. Unthank now with a clearing kick. Finds Grills on the half-back flank. And he's got numbers breaking everywhere. And he's going to find Quaid on centre wing on the far side.
Dropped an absolute dolly. Around the grounds, Mr. Stokes Poolwell. The Rovers kicking away. 55-22. As Albury kicked the centre half forward. Cole behind Hennessy did a bit too much. Took him on. Holding the ball.
Gee whiz. Where's his prior?
Spun over a tackle.
The spins, the prior.
Yeah,
the
that's what gets you these days.
The pirouette.
You had two blokes hanging off you and he was spinning.
Well, that's nearly 50.
And it should have been 50.
It really should have been.
Bobby, just keep an eye for us on Ryan Garthwaite. He looked a little bit proppy, doing a few run-throughs on the boundary line.
Yeah, he's currently getting a bit of a massage and a stretch.
And Isaac Muller getting a little bit of work done as well. So watch the two big boys for the Albury Tigers, of course, down to 3 on the pine. Grills between centre wing and half back on the trusty left for the Albury Tigers. Bit of a grubber ball. Works out okay as he links up in a nice 1-2. Now dispossessed. Yarrawonga have possession. Nice work from McCabe in the hands. Long down the line. Urquhart has to be good in this contest. Unthank was up to the challenge and will ball it up in front of the cross can bar here at the Albury Sports Ground. 19 minutes gone for NZ. Yarrawonga are hanging on, Bobby.
Just a quick one. Isaac's getting a bit of work done on his quad. There's a gang of 6 ladies. His quads are so big.
As the ball's going to go inside 50 for the Pigeons again. As I regain my thoughts after that picture in my mind. Williams around the body. Does he get the bounce? He does! Lee Williams with number 3. What a finish that was. That's a Sunjan goal of the day right there. That's the 7th for the Pigeons. Brings the lead back now to only 16 points for the Tigers on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard, and we've gone nearly 20 minutes thanks to NZ Albury.
It's a great goal, but it's, they can't rely on kicking a score through, the exceptional goals. They've got to find their targets through that half-forward line and going inside 50. I think that's the separator at the moment, is just they're having looks at it, Yarra, and they're getting plenty of the ball in field position, but they're just wasting too much ball going inside.
Bobby Jackson, Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, the coach is not moving real well. I've got a gut feeling it's a lower. He can't put his foot firmly on the ground, and I'm just trying to work out what part of the leg it is, but he's not moving real well, boys.
Keep tabs on that one. Looks to be his left foot too. Kelly from the centre of the ground, inside forward 50. Great contest, Pendergast. Ultimate Fasteners Tough Nut of the Day contender. As the ball goes inboard, Harry Wheeler win a free kick for a bit of late attention from Grills. Little 1-2 looks okay. Hargraves handballs to the advantage of his teammate. Overrunning the ball was Payne. He left it behind. Now Albury have numbers. They're going to attack the corridor. Jimmy Grills, just a bit too much on it for him. Well done, Harry Wheeler. Shoveled one back to Pendergast, who's in the centre circle. Inside 50, Conlon, who's moved on to Lee Williams, just used his body beautifully. And now the Tigers can rebound via Jackson Kelly.
Kelly's going to go wide. Find a debutant in McCloskey. What can he do at half-back? He's just going to go short. That's it, kid. He's picked the easy one. Maxi Byrne in the back pocket. He's going to go short. It's not a great kick. Puts Conlon under the pump. Smother now off the ground. Oh, it would have been Sunjan goal of the day to Geordie Urquhart after the smother off the ground, but through for a minor score. And you've just got to hit those easy kicks in the back half, don't you? You can't get the opposition back into the game.
Not nowadays. They're too quick to respond when it hits the deck.
And that minor score brings the scoreboard back to 15 points, the favour of Albury Tigers, thanks to Inspirations Paints.
Nice mark from Whooper Irvine. That's an elite body and paint mark of the day. The recipient intercepting from full back. Whooper inside 50. Williams the target again. Second bite. Third bite. Can't quite get there. On the left. 1-2. Urquhart's going to snap. Tight angle. Geordie Urquhart. Back-to-back goals for Yarrawonga, and it's a Sunjan goal of the day. Yarrawonga just continuing to fight in this contest. Margins back to 10 points thanks to Inspirations Paint.
Is this what we were to expect this year? There's been some unreal goals kicked today, hasn't there? And sign of a good side, Yarrawonga. It doesn't matter to bring all these kids in or debutants. They know what it looks like and how it takes to win, and they're keeping themselves in this game of footy.
Bobby Jackson on the boundary for the Newmarket. The coach back out there?
Yeah, coach come back out. A little bit of work on a lower right leg, and Izzy's quad's been attended to, and he's back out there. He's lined up on a wing, so I think he might have just pulled up short trying to get to the middle.
Yeah.
Mullet on the wing.
Yeah, it's a fair matchup. Yeah,
it's different.
Little Benny McDonald. Baz McDonald's in a bit of trouble there if it comes out wide. And quick, Harry Wheeler hasn't he gone to work in this third quarter. But Jake Gaynor extracts that one from the middle. Ball inside 50. Eddie Zebath, what a pickup. Handballs now to Quaid. Quaid sidesteps. Sets Salva home. No one there except for Tyler Lovell. He just pads that one through for a minor score. Tried to take the mark, didn't quite get there. Back to 8 points now. Favour the Tigers. That's 10-7, 67. 8-9-59 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard, and we're gone 23 and a bit thanks to NZ Albury.
Clark's got it for Yarrawonga. Armo for 40 winks. As a coach, do you want Yarrawonga to maybe try and find another or consolidate to the half-time break as we played 24 minutes?
Yeah, consolidate. But their method out of their back half's been really good, and they're using the ball really well. You don't want to turn over something that you shouldn't at this time of the quarter.
Cam Wilson's found this ball as he runs up towards half forward. He finds Fothergill. He lowered the eyes there nicely. Fothergill, 55, chipping over the top. Howe got some late attention from Unthank, and he's going to receive a free kick. Tied up in the pocket. Bit of argy-bargy after the play, but Dan Howe's going to kick short into the pocket. Fothergill's got space. Run around, left foot snap, hits the stick.
Probably get a free kick, down the field. No, it should be where it was because it was a point, Bobby. What do you think about that? It's not a down the field to the front of the square.
Well, it's a downfield free kick nonetheless, Bobby, and it's going to Nick Fothergill. That's all we know.
You are asking the wrong bloke when it comes to rules of the Australian.
Well, the rule is if it goes through for a score, it goes back to where it was kicked. So Nick Fothergill has literally got a 50-metre penalty from not a free kick.
So the point won't count.
Jesus.
And the Albury Tigers can probably feel a little bit hard done by here, but Nick Fothergill is going to kick Yarrawonga back into this game. Top of the goal square. The smooth operator brings it back to under 1 goal Thanks to Inspirations Paint, they've kicked 3 consecutively. And Yarrawonga got a bit of pep in their step.
They definitely have. And if you look at who the ball went through, then Cam Wilson lowered his eyes to Fothergill lowered his eyes, and then I think Williams, wasn't it, kicked it on to Fothergill. So the experienced players really come to the fore there.
I've got it as a 3-point game, but the scoreboard says a 4-point game. So I don't know.
Well, we've got 2 scoreboards, and they're both showing something different.
They're both different.
Oh, I love it. Well, we'll go with 4 because that's what the electronical one says, but who knows?
3.5.
3.5 point ball game here at the sports ground, thanks to Inspirations Paint. Third quarter action, thanks to Wiesner. As Muller takes it out of the ruck, the umpire says we'll ball this one up again.
Online's got a 4-pointer as well, so we'll roll with that.
We'll roll with that for now. The ball gets tossed up. Muller, good tap. Gaynor can't get it. Neither can Carroll. Carroll gets it now to Kelly. Kelly around the corner. Through the legs of Duncan. Clean there from Baz McDonald. Tackled straight away. And we'll get another ball up just outside the square. A lot of blokes starting to get rubs on their calves down there, Bobby J, thanks to Newmarket.
Yeah, the training staff of both clubs are working overtime at the moment, hopefully getting players through the game. So, yeah, it's going to be full on for this last quarter.
Baz McDonald, interesting from him. Matty Bender looks to be a little bit proppy here from this contest for the Albury Tigers. He might be starting to cramp. Umpires called for a ball up. True centre wing, broadcast side of the Albury Sports Ground. 26.5 gone in the third for NZ. Carroll handballs to the advantage of Duncan. On the left, boot up to centre half forward. It's a grubber kick. Working hard is Clark for Yarrawonga. Doesn't have much support. Biting off more than he can chew was Duncan. And Yarrawonga are going to get an advantage. Clark inside 50. Williams has 2 to beat. But he's up to the challenge. Penner's mark of the day and elite body and paint play of the day via Lee Williams. He can have a shot on the death of the 3/4 time siren to put Yarrawonga in front, Armo.
Yeah, the attack from, I think it was Reid, was it? Reid Clark, the attack on the ball to keep it going forward for him, paid dividends here.
Who would have thought after Albury got out to a 23-point lead, 15-minute mark of this third turn, that Lee Williams could have a shot to put him in front at the 27-minute mark. 20 metres out, Lee Williams, the coach steps up for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. He's kicked 4, and Bob Jackson for the Newmarket Hotel. It is game on here between these 2 fierce rivals.
Absolute behemoth of a man, and that's what you want your leaders to do, your guns to do, your coach to do. Step up when you really, really need them, and he's been enormous this quarter. You know, Yarrawonga have kicked, I think it's 5 goals to 3 in this quarter after Albury kicked that first goal in the first 30 seconds of the quarter. So they've really dominated the scoreboard this quarter, and thanks to the coach. He's just stepping up when his club needs it the most.
He is definitely first day has in that job. He's kicked the 4. There's now Muller in the ruck. Just needs to get the taps, I reckon. He just keeps trying to take it out of there, and he keeps getting dispossessed. As on the boot, it comes from Keens. Goes to centre half forward. Over the top of Urquhart, running onto a towel. Clean. Handball sideways towards Fothergill. Fothergill, he had Williams there, but Fothergill puts it through. Another Salgian goal today. The Pigeons are flying at the moment. That's his 3rd. Gussie, you're holding 2 up. You got 3? Oh, I got 3. Good job.
3.
Adds up now. And here go the Pigeons. Goes out to an 8-point lead. What a turnaround this been in the 3rd quarter, Mark.
Yeah, the good players are doing what good players do, aren't they? Their real top liners are getting involved and taking control of this game. It's really impressive. And I think you touched on it, Monty. Isaac has a tendency to, when the game turns, he grabs it out of the ruck, and I think he needs to get it to his midfielders.
Totally agree with you there, Mark.
Yarrawonga, what a flip of the script. 76 plays 68, another free kick.
They've pinged the centre square infringement now against Albury.
We've played 29 minutes, can't be long to go. The free kick does have to go to the ruckman, so it's going to be Ben Kogel, who's going to have Sharon in hand. Yarra by 8 points, thanks to Inspirations Paint.
Oh, no.
Kick goes out really wide. Grill's got some work to do. Second bite of the cherry, regathered possession. Raking handball over the top to Fletcher Carroll. Fletcher's got the career savers on this year. What are you doing, Fletch? Now Duncan via Garthwaite. On the non-preferred, lowers the eyes. Ryan. Siren beats them all. Inside 50 were the Albury Tigers. And at 3/4 time here at the Albury Sports Ground, the Yarrawonga Pigeons have kicked 5 consecutive goals to lead by 8 points at the final break. Here on O&M Live, it's a blockbuster finish coming your way. The Albury Tigers 10-8-68, Yarrawonga 11-10-76. Strap yourself in for a big final term here on O&M Live, where you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired. How about that? How about that? This time.
I reckon I'll go mid.
Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi.
Woo!
Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
Welcome back to O&M Live. We get Mark Arman to give us the C&L shower screens quarters best before we cross to Bob Jackson. C&L shower screens and wardrobes in Wodonga, supporting us on O&M Live in 2025. Armo, who are the best?
It was the big prime movers for Yarra. Williams, Fothergill, Wheelers. They always stood up in big moments. That's
Just hold on a sec, boys. I've just got Gibbo walking off with a moment. Happy for the boys there for that quarter, mate.
Mate, you can't fold them at the moment, can you? We asked for intensity and competitiveness, and then that's what they've given us so far. It's good.
To outscore them now, I think it was 6-3 in that quarter, particularly after the first goal in the first minute. You'd have to be happy with the way they fought back, and particularly the way they finished in that second half of that quarter.
Yeah, hugely, mate. We don't want to be in a transition game with them. We want to be in a competitive, tight contest game here. The boys wrestled it back, and that's where we see we can win that game.
What was the major message there from Big Leroy then?
Exactly that, mate. Just we've had 22 contributors today. 11 blokes under 21. So if we can get that again this quarter, we go a long way to win the game.
Thanks, mate. Thank
Michael
you.
Gibbons, Boundary Side and Armour, as you were just saying, those plays that you reeled off, they're going to have a big last quarter in order for Yarrawonga to get up.
Yeah, they do, and I think they will. They're, at this time of the year, you're at your fittest in terms of feeling how your body feels. So they should be able to run the game out. I thought Kelly was really good early for Albury, but after probably that halfway mark, it was all one-way traffic.
So we're looking forward to a big final term here on O&M Live. Gibbo's pulling his hair out of the box next door. Final quarter's coming your way thanks to Phil Packer and the boys at Mac Jack Sheds. Quality steel protection. Wagga Road, Lavington. Albury, 10-8-68. Yarra, 11-10-76. Yarrawonga have got 7 on debut and 11 changes from the grand final, but they lead by 8 points heading into the final term on O&M Live thanks to Mac Jack Sheds.
Ball up again. Muller gets that tap. Not really an advantage. Wheeler, great handball to Wilson. Goes to half forward. Oh, great work, McCabe. First there to move. Gets it now, centre half forward. Goes towards the top of the square. Big Williams, well done, Kelly. Sat off him and got the big punch. Tackled straight away there was Joey Muller. And we'll have a ball up 30 metres out from the Yarrawonga end. Very attacking position here. They finished with a blast and finished that third quarter with 5 straight. Muller wins that tap to no one in particular at all. And Finlay tackled at the bottom of this pack. We get a repeat stoppage in exactly the same spot. Just needs to find a teammate if he's going to win these taps. There's Isaac. Just tried to punch it. Ball just falls straight at his feet. Fothergill's there and he's tackled. And I'll tell you what, Gussie, why don't you try and get a clearance here? Because I've had 3 goes at it and been no good.
Well, Dan Howard has tried to get one by giving Isaac Muller a whack in the chops. So
that's probably a free kick to Muller.
I'd say so. Ball comes out of the ruck contest. Jacob Conlon applies a big crunching tackle on the 50 logo. I'm over 40 wings. What are the Yarrawonga forwards going to look to do here?
I'll get it on the boot, get it in quickly. They've won the ground battle, so they just need to hold up at this stoppage. They've got one loose behind the ball at the moment.
Dan Howe flew up in the ruck there, so they're going to play 4 on ballers. It looks around the stoppage.
Should go to Yarra.
Grills. Kicks long down the line. Here's the Lizard, Keens for Yarrawonga. On to Pendergast, now Whooper Irvine. True centre half back for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Streaming through the centre of the ground. It's a chiseler to Urquhart. 55 from home. Fothergill leads, so does the coach. Lee Williams got a bit of work to do. He's going to get a nice bounce. Going to try and spin Kelly around on the left. Dribbling top of the goal square. Clean bowled a lot of them. And it spills out of bounds in front of the old scoreboard here at the Albury Tigers, which reads Yarrawonga in front by 8 points, thanks to Border Carpets Wodonga. 2 minutes gone for NZ. Scott Montgomery's going to bring it back into play for McRae Motors.
Tossed in right in front of that historical scoreboard here at the sports ground. Muller straight down to Cam Wilson. He gets a handball to Urquhart. Urquhart finds a teammate. Oh, McCabe couldn't quite take it in the one juke. Gets back onto it quickly. Handball to a teammate. It's Payne. Now McCabe over the head. Matty McCabe. Ooh. Through for a minor score. Extends the lead for the Pigeons to 9 points, but 11-11-77, 10-8-68 on the Border Carpets Wodonga scoreboard. And we've gone 2.5 minutes thanks to NZ Albury. Bobby Jackson for the Newmarket.
Yeah, real arm wrestle at the moment. The ball's stuck down here in this forward 50 and it's going back in again here with the Pigeons. Just take your mark on the kick out.
Well done from Cogill. Allowed a bit of a block to get Hunter Fronfelder to intercept. He kicks off the instep. Good contest from Willie. Flew back with the flight. Some would say courageously. It was a bit of a hit and hope from Willie, and it's a good result from the Pigeons. We'll get a stoppage 40 metres out from goal. See if Howe goes up in the ruck here. Not Lockie, it's Dan. He doesn't. Urquhart goes. Albury, exit defensive 50 via McCloskey. Pushed under the ball was Cogill. Garthwaite tried to read it. Stoppage forms and we'll ball it up right in front of our broadcast position. 3.5 minutes gone here for NZ. As we go to Mark Armand for some special comments. Thanks to the team at 40 Winks.
Yeah, I'd like to see Yarra number up these guys in their front half so they can at least equalise if it does go forward.
As Cogill just got dragged down by the jump. Probably should have got a kick, but anyway, it goes the way of Jackson Kelly. Handball, not a great one. Cam Wilson now for the Pigeons, dispossessed. Tackled straight away as soon as he picked up. That one was Parker, and we'll have a ball up on centre wing. Commentary side has a little bit of push and shove. Umpire Clinton Harvey says, "Who's me ruckman, boys? Let's go." As Muller takes on Cogill. Muller just wraps up Cogill and wins the tap, but it goes the way of Cam Wilson. He's been huge today for the Pigeons. Takes a bounce with a nice little chiseling kick. Finds Dan Howe. Still 80 away from home. Howe goes towards the pocket. It's a 2-on-1 to Fothergill. Not the right option, I don't think. Probably could have been a free kick to Jacob Conlon. Byrne. Handball now to Gaynor. Gaynor tackled. Handball misses the target. Fothergill, super clean. Harry Wheeler, top of the square. The coach is all by himself. Leroy takes the mark. How good was that from Nick Fothergill and Harry Wheeler, Mark Arman?
It started with Cam Wilson's tackle, though. He really nailed that tackle. Their big prime movers are going to work again, start this fourth quarter.
There's big Leroy lining up for 5 on coaching debut. It's been some sort of return. This is what we want to see from the big key forwards.
He looks the best he's been in about 2 years, I reckon, Monty.
Nearly back to his first year back when he first came to the comp, I reckon. It's big Leroy. Sunjan goal today. That's number 5. He's got a handful, extending this lead out. That's 12-11, 83 to 10-8, 68 on the border carpets Wodonga scoreboard. And we have gone 5 minutes thanks to NZ Albury as we go down to Bobby Jackson. Thanks to the Newmarket.
Yeah, the war of attrition's really started now with the players coming off at a regular occurrence now with cramp and fatigue, and the heat's really taken a toll on a lot of the players. But the big fella, he's standing up when his club needs it, and he's leading from the front. He's providing a real vocal point down forward. And Cam Wilson, as Armo said, he's been fantastic all day.
Yarrawonga Pigeons, since the 10-minute mark of the third term, have kicked 38 points against the run of play. They lead by 15. They're in defensive 50 now. Going to do some clever work here as Fronfeld. They're going to exit D50, and their midfielders are spreading and running with nice pace. Wheeler kicks to centre half forward. Urquhart, second bite of the cherry. Couldn't quite bring it front and centre. Zachariah Packer absorbed the big tackle.
I just want to touch on Geordie Urquhart's game today. I reckon he's been big. He's gone through the ruck. He's played on the wing, and now he's playing centre half forward. He's been absolutely fantastic.
Just some big contests from him to neutralise that footy and get a 50-50 and get a stoppage or a ball up. It's been excellent. Because he's not a big frame, is he? Like, he's got some good size.
And playing in a new role too. We normally see him floating across the back line. As Jimmy Grills kicks, trying to gain territory. The bounce beats Pendergast. Garthwaite has some work to do. Keeps it alive. Well done by Yarrawonga Keens. We've got a free kick here. It's going to go the way of
the Lizard.
It's going to go the umpire pointed the wrong way. Garthwaite's the recipient. Top of the goal square goes Garthy Walker. Talking about big full forwards playing their best games, I reckon Matty Walker's showing some of his best passages today. The Albury Tigers are going to look to kick their first goal since the 14-minute mark of the third term, Armo.
Yeah, I like the way they've played him too. He's spent time in the middle. It's hard for defenders to get set on players like this when they float up around the ground. But when he's gone forward, he's been really lively.
Here's Walker, looking for his third. 20 metres out, directly in front. It's straight over the goal umpire's hat. And it's back to a 9-point ball game on O&M Live. Thanks to Border Carpets. It's a big final quarter brewing here. Bob Jackson, Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, it might be the last man standing type thing out here. There wasn't many boys that got to Matty Walker after he kicked that to congratulate him. They were all sort of conserving their energy, and there's a lot of blokes walking to positions and walking to get into their centre clearance structure. So, there could be, the game could really well and truly open up here.
Looks like the Lizard come off with cramp there, did he, Bobby?
I'm not sure how lizards get cramps.
Same way as everyone else.
Good one-liner, Bobby.
The ball's going to go back in the middle now. Cogill and Muller. It's been a big battle. Cogill's battled very hard. Muller wins that one. Harry Wheeler with a strong tackle. Getting a repeat stoppage. Ball has not moved. The umpire has to wait for these two to get up, please. Yep, thank you. There's now Muller. Just too strong. Out of the ruck again. Going through there. It was Jakey Gaynor. Just a high up and under. Ball now falls away. Great work, Quay. Great handball to Wontagong Jim. Goes to the top of the square. Grills should be kicked to the coach. Umpire says play on. Walker around the corner. Through for a minor score. Thought Garthwaite might have got one a little bit high across the chops there, but the umpire said no, nothing to see here. Minor score. makes it an 8-point ball game on the border carpets Wodonga scoreboard.
Both teams look like scoring if they win it out of the middle, don't they?
Really liked the Whooper Irvine contest there. Didn't give up. Got a little fingertip. Might have got Garthy. All's well that's end well for Yarrawonga. Nice kick from Whooper. Out to half back. Ball sits with Max Finlay for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Right in front of the netball courts here at the Albury Sports Ground. He goes on the right. Long raking kick down the line. Nice work at the back of the contest by McCloskey for Albury. He's going to have another go at the contest.
He's got a free kick.
And the umpire's going to find him a free kick for a high. It might go the way of Yarra, actually.
Hey.
I think it is going Yarra's way. He has pointed the wrong way before his term.
Yeah, right. Off the ball.
Yep. Big Leroy. Now, he can't have a shot from here because he's in his own defensive half, or maybe just in front. So he kicks to a one-on-one, looking for Cogill. He got worked underneath it. How Crumbs from a standing start. Got a nice bounce. Didn't quite get the effect he was looking for. It just sort of stopped. Wrong side of the Sharon. Minor score for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Burns going to kick in from fullback here, Monty, for the Albury Tigers.
How about the effort from Grills to come down from his wing to touch that one on the goal line? Absolutely fantastic from the former captain. As Burns gone down with cramp at fullback, the Pigeons have won it back through Irvine. Irvine's going to pump it long. Cogill's standing there all by himself. Someone's going to get there. It was Jakey Gaynor, the smallest man on the ground, with a great spoil. Grills, rebounding kick, but it's going to come back in because Fromfeld has taken the mark. He's going to go inboard, look, finds empty head. What's he got? Not much happening for him in front of the footy. Everyone except for one Yarrawonga player in front of empty head. Goes short, umpire says play on. He's going to get it back here. Big Ned just puts his boot into it this time. Inside 50. Ball scope out the back. Max Burns still down with cramp. He's going to get run over in a minute. Grills, handballs now to Gaynor. Gaynor, kick. Gets pushed off it, and it's going to go out of bounds. We're going to have a boundary throw in.
Have a look at
Maxi.
They're going down everywhere here.
Jeez, Fothergill's 2, 3, 4 efforts is unbelievable.
9-point lead.
Shouldn't laugh at, geez, watching people get cramps funny.
Hopefully they don't just walk him off the line. He's only got a cramp.
Well, Maxi, with all due respect, he looked like he got shot there for about 5 minutes. He was laying flat on the deck. Boundary throw-in, coming back into play. Muller took it from the ruck. Nice use from that. Found Unthank, who found Carroll. Carroll kicks down the line. Walker, he's got Garthwaite out in a mismatch. Wants to kick to him long. Nice looking kick, Garthwaite. Brilliant vision from Matt Walker. And Garthy's got the ball 45 from home. Is he going to back himself in here, Armo, 40 winks?
Yeah, I think he will. This is what we keep talking about, those... the leaders and the coaches need to take the moment, and this last part of the game are going to be all heaps of moments, and whoever takes the most moments will get a result.
Any breeze to factor in here, Bobby J?
No breeze, boys. I think you'll battle with the distance here.
He's going to have to kick it, I'm going to say, 49 metres, 10 metres in from the chalk of the boundary line to the Botanic Garden end. It's narrow, and it's to the near side for a minor score. 11-10-76, the Albury Tigers to 12-12-84, the Yarrawonga Pigeons. That's on the border carpet scoreboard, and it's been a fantastic start into the final quarter. Thanks to Mac Jack Sheds. Go and see Paxi and the boys at Wagga Road, Lavington.
As now, Big Ned runs on, gets it nearly to centre wing, just pushed out of the way was Howe. Unthank is going to be back on it first for the Tigers. He's got an option in Jacob Conlon. Conlon just sidestepping. It's not a great kick. Finds Carroll in the end on the half volley. Unthank finds a teammate. It's Dunstan. Nice little handball inboard. Gets it to Zebarth. Zebarth, it's on the bounce at half forward. Well done, Quaid. Comes through. Gets it out now. Does Jackson Kelly finds Grills. Inside 50 with that left foot.
Oh,
it's not a great one. I think he's gone down. Nope. He's got back up, but it's chopped off. And the Pigeons are going to start moving it through the middle of the ground. And it's found its way to the young fella, Watson, who's been pretty good today.
To be fair, haven't all the Yarrawonga kids been good?
Played their role.
Armo for 40 winks. You wouldn't really know looking at this side that there's been 11 changes and 7 debutants.
No, you wouldn't, but we touched on it pre-game about coming up in a culture of success. They know what success looks like, they know what the standards are and the levels they have to train at, and it's showing up today.
Willie Wheeler kicks to the advantage. Here's a chance for Mitch Parker. He just slipped over, lost his footing.
And cramping.
Right on the boundary line in front of Bob Jackson for the Newmarket Hotel. We'll bring it back into play 60 metres from Yarra goal.
He was out and away, wasn't he there?
The lizard's cramping in front of you too, Bobby.
You got any pickle juice, Bob?
It's great stuff, that pickle juice. Have you had any of that? It's good.
Well, you might need to pass it on to the lizard. He's got cramps. Boundary throw in. Muller taps towards the boundary line. Wilson's hot and pursuit. Gainer was equal to the challenge. Will bring it back into play.
You just see the seasoned bodies, don't you?
Yeah.
They don't get cramped. Doesn't matter how hot it is. The Wheelers, your Wilsons, your Gainer, your Carroll. You just don't see them guys going down with cramp.
Aubrey really need Isaac Muller to assert some dominance here. Give him first use of the footy. He's in the ruck against Urquhart. He opts to take that one from the contest. Falls the way of Gainer, who goes to the chiselling ball. Heiner Hennessy now linking up quickly with Fletcher Carroll. Streaming through the centre of the sports ground. Stops, props, opts for a well-weighted option in Michael Duncan, who kicks to space. Here's Matt Bender, needs to be clean. Gathers, handballs over the top. Here's a go for Muller. This is Joseph. Top of the goal square go the Tigers to find Walker. Dropped an absolute dolly. Pinballs around at ground level. The Yarrawonga back six are going to stand up here and will ball it up top of the goal square.
How can you drop that? He didn't go with him, did he? Lovell, he just said, no, that's Walker's, and he just went straight to his hands, Armo.
It's the first time Albury changed the angles of the ball going forward, though, and they got it out the fat side, so they need to do more of that.
Ball goes up. Heiner Hennessy comes through the stoppage, goes to ground. Who's going to be the cleanest one there? Through for a rush behind.
Just an update on the Lizard, boys. He's got cramps in all four legs and he's full neck.
Around the grounds, Mr. Stowe's Poolweld. Myrtleford lead 115 to 33, and the Rovers are kicking away 70 to 43 over North Albury. And here at the sports ground, we've got a beauty. 84 plays 77. Yarrawonga lead the Albury Tigers for Border Carpets as we go to Mark Armand. Thanks to the team at 40 Winks.
I'm digressing, but did Robbie laugh at his own joke then?
He did. He does a lot.
I do a lot. Because they're funny, aren't they?
You're a funny man, Bob. Anyone tells you anything different?
Great news for the listeners. Bob Jackson's on air all the way till 10 o'clock this evening here on O&M Live. Of
Those
course,
jokes will keep coming.
We're calling Corowa and Wangaratta after this one under lights at the Norm Mins. Nice work from Wilson. Got the ball onto Payne. Grubbery looking kick. Nice work, Watson, the youngster. Now it's Hargraves, the boy from Hay. Fed the ball back, trying to find Payne. Kelly, big crunching contest with young Josh Payne on debut, stepping up on the last line of defence. 16 minutes gone from NZ boundary throw in, right in front of our broadcast position.
Did you just have a little cuddle there with Jackson Kelly, Bobby?
Yeah, I tried.
He could be the new Perry.
Yeah, he could be.
Maybe.
He's got a nice head of hair.
So Yarra's got an extra at the football right now, and they're really taking advantage of it. They're prioritising their numbers around the ball.
Harry Wheeler gets that kick down the line. Fothergill doesn't quite be clean enough with it. It's a nice kick around the body. One-on-one, Conlon versus Williams. Someone's going to get a free kick. Not sure who.
I reckon Lee.
Leroy. I don't know how he's clicked that one. I reckon it was a good contest. But anyway, big Leroy. I'd love him to go back and kick this one, boys. This real coach's goal.
Does he have the leg from here? We know he's best from inside 40, but
the way he's kicked it today, I'm backing him. Maybe not for the accuracy, but for distance.
You'll have to kick it, I'm going to say, best part of 46, 47 metres, Monty.
Not deep pockets here at the sports ground, so the angle's not too bad.
Right to left.
Nah, he's going to do the unselfish thing. You can go for Cogill and see. Should just come back and put it in as Jimmy Grill takes the intercept mark 20 metres out. He's got a relieving kick, and it's goal. Oh, Garthwaite is cleaned up. Slowed the play up, smart play there. As he now goes on. Finds a teammate in Heiner Hennessy. Heiner Hennessy's kick, bit of a dangerous one. Quaid gets through him. Willie Wheeler, caught holding the footy. Umpire says yes. Free kick Tigers. It's going to go the way of Packer. Packer, what can he do? He needs to find a target. 17 minutes gone thanks to NZ. Just chips it over the top, not a bad option. Finds Garthwaite. Garthwaite now 75 from home. Looking for something inside 50. Might have to go short. No, he goes long. Goes deep to the pocket looking for Walker, and Irvine does a great job. Just nudges Walker out of the way. Pendergast takes the relieving mark, and he'll find Fothergill on the near side.
They got the +1 here, Armo, for 40 Winks. They utilise it.
They do need to utilise it. This is where they use that +1 coming out, bring Albury forward, and then you create your space out the back.
Dan Howe, did he play on out of bounds?
No, he did. How can the field umpire call that when the boundary umpire hasn't? Bobby?
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Monty. That's just crazy.
Yeah,
honestly.
Halves. Clinton Harvey's down there. Probably can't be calling that one.
No, I'm with you on that, Monty.
So for the listeners at home, he went to kick.
Sorry for not describing that.
No, that's okay. I'm still just as confused as you, Bobby. Went to kick from his mark right on the boundary. Umpire called him playing on out of bounds. Bringing it back into play, 40 metres from Tigers' goal. Quaid from a standing start. Ty Quaid. Yarrawonga want touch. Goal umpire gives the two-finger salute. 83-84. It's a 1-point ball game for Border Carpets. Yarrawonga lead the Tigers at the 19-minute mark for NZ.
There's one of those moments we were speaking about before. That was an excellent goal from stoppage when his team really needed it.
How good is Ty Quaid's last quarter been? I reckon he's been fantastic. He's nearly playing as a true centre forward because the big guys get up and be their lead-ups and their link players, but he's played sort of that middle role and been fantastic. I reckon his attack on the footy has been second to none. What do you think, Bobby Jackson, thanks to the Newmarket?
Well, I just want to go back a step further. That's the ruck work that you've been crying out for from Big Isaac Muller for a long time, Scotty. That was hit to advantage, and look at the result. Magnificent.
Ball now in the middle of the ground. Cam Wilson tied up straight away. We'll have a repeat stoppage. In the middle of the ground, True. You can't get any more in the middle. He's in the centre of the centre circle. And Big Isaac gets the tap work there. That's beautiful. That's what we've been asking for, as Bobby Jackson has touched on. And Gaynor gets the clearing kick inside 50. Who's going to be first there? There's that man, Quaid. Just kicked the goal. Gets a handball over top to Heine Hennessy. Colby! Gets the lead back for the Tigers with the Sunjan goal today. It's his second. It's a 5-point lead, 13-11, 88 to 12-12, 84 thanks to Border Carpets Wodonga, and we've gone nearly 20 minutes thanks to NZ Albury.
I touched on it before. Whatever team breaks out of the centre looks like scoring. So both teams' defences have got to be really on their game. Do your work early. Don't be reactive.
Bob Jackson, Newmarket Hotel at the 20-minute mark.
You just feel as though there's another twist or turn, don't you, Armo? We talk about this game's going in waves and it's a bit of a roller coaster. I just feel as though that Yarra might just have another effort left in them before we're done here. 20 minutes gone. I think there might be a 25, 26-minute quarter.
Yeah, 100% agree. And it'll be one of their big plays. You watch Dan Howe's gone in the middle, Wheeler and the two Wheelers, so one of them will do something.
Jeez, the music's picked up too, boys.
The Pink Pony Club here on O&M Live. 5-point lead to the Albury Tigers. Yarrawonga have gone for a line-out style of attack here. So have the Albury Tigers.
3 in a row the Tigers have kicked.
Albury starting to get some dominance from Muller, winning the hit-outs. He's opting to hit shallow there, but Yarrawonga prevail. Wheeler onto Wilson. Kicked up towards McCloskey for the Albury Tigers. He dropped a bit of a dolly, regathers the football, snaps across his body long down the line. Grills is at the contest, gets it to Zeebath. Here come the Tigers. Left-footed Eddie Zeebath trying to find Garth Waite. Brought it front and centre to Pendergast. Well done, Yarrawonga. The overlapping runs on here. They're going to stream down the broadcast side wing. Taking 3 bounces is Hargraves on the right boot. Urquhart's out the back. Falls the way of Will Unthank. Standing up for the Tigers, elite body and paint mark of the day.
Just wasn't the right kick from Hargraves. Just needed to find at the space. He's kicked into the contest and not great. And well done by Unthank, who now finds Quaid at half-back. He's got a short and he's going to use it. It's Joey Muller. Now they're just getting yelled at to slow it down. They need to spread away here to the Albury Tigers. They're all just in a bunch. I think long down the line's the option, and he goes that way now. Looking for the coach in Garthwaite. Cogill gets a tap on it, gets out the back to Lovell, who goes short. Little one-hander there from Felder. And that boy said it was far enough as the Albury supporters start screaming.
Some news coming through, 3.5 minutes to go, thanks to NZ Monty.
Oof, it's going to be tight as Howe tries to open the game up, finds a teammate in Pern. Pern now goes short, and he's found Clark. He's got Howe again, and he finds him. Howe, what can he do? Well done, Bender, gets up on the mark quickly. Howe, just looking for an option. I reckon Williams Long's probably going to be that option in the end.
Yeah, they've got Isaac Muller standing right in that hole there, so this is why they're taking the corridor. They need to bring him forward.
He's found Cogill in the middle of the ground. He's going to go to Irvine, who's a nice long kick. Trying to clear Isaac Muller. Williams with the one hand, doesn't quite get it. Grills at ground level, just throws it on the boot. Connor Hennessy bounces in front of him and out of bounds. Everyone is hunched over down there, Bobby J.
This is the setup that they want. They've dragged Isaac out of that danger spot that Armo was talking about into the ruck contest. So this is where the Yarra guys have got to really up their stoppage work and get a +1 in front of the ball if they can, or match up, as Armo said in the previous stoppages.
Mr. Stokes, Paul Weld around the ground. Scott Montgomery.
We've got a couple of big ones. Tallangatta leading Yak and Dan to the reigning premiers by 23 points, and Barney lead Chilton by 12 points. So that'd be a couple of massive upsets in the TDFL.
Just to touch on Bobby, that Yarra need to equalise. They've got 2 spare players in their D50 Albury at the moment. Yarra will win this midfield battle here, but they just keep kicking it to Albury.
Albury lead by 5 points. We believe it's 2 minutes to go thanks to NZ. And we've got a stoppage between half forward and centre wing for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Lee Williams is being double teamed at present. Who's kicked 5 for Yarrawonga. Inside 50 goes Wheeler. To a standing start was Williams. There he was!
Michael Duncan, what are you doing? Play on!
Play on! Fothergill! No advantage.
Umpire's called him back.
No advantage. He kicked the goal. But Lee Williams, the coach, will get the footy 30 metres out from goal.
Silly. It was just front-on contact by Duncan. That wasn't necessary. He just needed to back in to the contest and gee whiz.
Conlon was all over that contest in the 1-on-1, wasn't he? So Duncan coming in like that, just silly.
So Lee Williams, this could potentially be the match-winning kick. We believe it's 90 seconds or less to go. Looking for goal number 6. Norriel Park end, 25 metres out. Lee Williams has skewed the kick. Across the face from Big Leroy. It's a minor score. 4-point ball game. Under 90 seconds to go for NZ. Albury lead Yarra.
There's Duncan. Just going to wander out from fullback. It's a nice kick. He's found Byrne. Maxi. What can he do? He's got to possess it here. Find it loose. Unthank's got to get out of the way. He's got the option back to go to Conlon, but he decides to run around and go to centre wing. Muller just brings it to ground. And that's as deliberate as it gets, but we don't pay that rule here, Gussie. And we're going to get a throw in right on true centre wing as the girls now Pink Pony Club's finished and they're watching and they're yelling and screaming from up on the balcony.
A big shout out to the Albury timekeepers. They've let us know still 2 minutes.
Oh, heaps of time.
Heaps of time, yeah. 2 minutes for NZ to go in this contest. Albury by 4 over the Yarrawonga Pigeons. They're going to try and hack the ball forward now are the Albury Tigers. But looking for the boundary line is Colby Hannah-Hennessy. Mark Armand, 40 winks. What do Yarrawonga need to do now to slingshot the footy?
Well, first of all, they need to get good leadership around the ball to equalise the numbers forward of the footy for them, because it's all well and good to gravitate to the problem, which is winning the ball, but you need equalisation forward of the ball right now.
Muller hits the ball straight to Cam Wilson for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Sells a bit of candy. Wants to attack the corridor. Wasn't on. He had to roll the dice. But Jake Ryan kicks to centre half forward. Quaid over the top to the advantage of Garthwaite, and he'll take his 30 seconds here, despite the fact he's tied up in the pocket.
Just great game awareness from Ty Quaid. They knew that they had the extra number and someone was going to roll up to him. As soon as he saw that, just kicked it into space, and Garthwaite was there standing on his own.
Yeah. So Garthwaite, he didn't quite have the journey from 5 metres closer about 5 minutes ago, ironically. Needs to kick a goal to put it out of reach for Yarrawonga. 89 plays 85. Massive final term for Mac Jack Sheds. Here's the coach. Ryan Garthwaite for the Albury Tigers will kick from 40 metres. It's shallow and it's a minor score. 90 plays 85. Albury lead the Pigeons. Under a minute to go for NZ, and Whooper Irvine's kicking out from fullback.
And he's going to go long to half back now, looking for a mark, and it's Dan Howe. He's starting to stand up in the big moments. Howe rolls on straight away, going to centre half forward, looking for Fothergill. Over the top was Harry Wheeler. Big fist from Unthank. Muller dispossessed. Ryan gets the kick now towards half forward. Garthwaite just goes over. It's got out the back to Hannah-Hennessy. Part of the awesome foursome. Hannah-Hennessy inside. What a run on from Ryan. Oh, well done, Pendergast. Gets back to save the day. Gives a handball now sideways. Not the option. Just thrown on the boot. Hannah-Hennessy goes and attacks it. Great tackle there from Whooper Irvine. Holding the footy.
27 minutes gone, Monty. Under 30 seconds. Is there enough time?
There, just has to go there. No, there's not Gussie. The Albury Tigers get on the board in round 1 by 5 points. 13-12, 90 to 12-13, 85. What a win by the Tigers. And Mark, we spoke about it. They just needed to even up, and they just couldn't quite do it, the Yarrawonga Pigeons.
Yeah, and as we talk about, I know I touch on it a bit, but take your moments. Williams would like to have that moment back again. Could have been a whole different outcome, but that's footy. Footy will change in the course of history, and we'll do game plans and make it high tech, but the reality is, it comes down to moments, comes down to winning the footy. I thought both teams cracked in, and they just missed it.
Yeah, we just had Mickey Gibbons pop the head in and said, well, wasn't that an advantage? Probably a fair question But anyway, what a win. Can't take that away from the Tigers. It was a great game of footy, but I don't think we all turned up with that sort of game in mind. But both teams to have 25 scoring shots each just meant it was end-to-end a little bit, and neither team defended great at times, and they were able to just let some easy goals in, and at the end of the day, Albury was able to kick a little bit straighter.
Yeah, and that's it. Both teams had different structures defensively. I know Albury played a real high press. Yarra went one-on-one at times and then zoned off at times. But as Scotty said, it was a high-scoring game, and when you get into those shootouts, it goes either way sometimes. And unfortunately for Yarra, they're on the wrong side of it. Albury will be really happy with that outcome, obviously.
Yeah, Bobby Jackson's just trying to find our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. I think he's just wondering who it's going to be, because he asked about 5 minutes ago and didn't know who was going to win, Bobby. So now you've got the task of trying to just find someone who you think. There's a couple of options, I reckon. Matty Walker kicked the 3. I thought Michael Duncan was really good through the middle of the ground.
Jakey Gaynor
was really good, especially in the first half.
Yeah.
I thought he set him up, his work rate. So just ask one of the Yarra boys who they think, Bobby, as you're walking through. So yeah, they take that.
You can't help but feel for big Lee Williams here. He played an instrumental role as the senior coach, kicked 5 goals, and normally the best part of his game is his goal kicking. He had a lot of shots on goal today. I think he kicked 5 goals, 5. And he'll be 5-3.
All right, boys. Anytime player, fitness of the day, Jakey Gaynor, mate, fantastic. How hot was that today? How hot was that going to work?
Yeah, it was bloody warm, especially like in that first quarter when the heat was on, the pressure was there. It was bloody, yeah, you were definitely looking for a break.
The game went in so many different waves and changed direction all day. How was it hard to stay engaged with what was actually going on around the contest?
Yeah, it was very slingshot footy, as you've seen in that first half. Yeah, you just had to stick strong in the mind and stay to the contest, and yeah, it was good.
Those 3 boys up front give you a different look coming out of the midfield. With you midfielders as a group, we'd be looking forward to kicking that inside that forward 50.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. You look at the 3 big boys and they were super. I reckon Matty Walker, the way he's come back in shape this year, he's putting his hand up and he was dominant down there, so it was great.
I thought Will Unthank did some really important stuff across half back there. Got his hand in there a couple of times and spoiled the big fella down the back 50 and got some rebound. Nice left foot, penetrating left foot, and with Maxi Byrne as well.
Yeah, it was obviously Trucker's first year of senior footy last year, and you could tell that 18 games or whatever he played last year just gave him that confidence to come in this year and play an awesome role, which was great.
So what's Big Maxi and Ryan brought to the group that's different from previous years?
Oh, Maxi's just brought that competitive edge where it doesn't matter if it's at training, you're going 100% at the contest every time, and it showed in our games where we're just real relentless all day.
We've got a bit of an audience here, mate. I'll better let you go, mate. Well done. Congratulations on the first win for you.
Beautiful. Thanks, mate.
Bobby Jackson with our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day, Jakey Gaynor. Make sure you get that photo with little Jakey. He'll love it. He'll blow up social media tonight.
He will, won't he? He'll share it a lot, I reckon.
The Prince of Wagga.
I'll tell you what, Yarra kicked 6 goals in a row there over the 3rd and the 4th quarter, and then Albury finished the game with the last 3 to win that game. Once they got momentum, teams, they just held on to it for a long time, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and that's modern football too, isn't it? It's very momentum driven.
Do that here, mate. Do that here.
It's always been there, but it's never been more prevalent than the footy we watched today.
Do we perhaps come to the game today thinking that maybe Yarrawonga mightn't be as strong as what we first thought, but they proved us wrong today? Monty, is that a fair call?
I think we spoke about it during the call, that their kids really stood up over the ground. I thought they were pretty good, and yeah, I'm back on.
Yeah.
I think I jumped there for a second.
That's all right. I think we're just trying to. I think Bobby Jackson might be trying to slot in, so do so when you can, Bobby. But
yeah, but as we were saying, just their kids, I thought were pretty consistent over the day, in which we weren't sure. When you got 7 debutants, you just don't know what they're going to do. And I thought they weren't superstars. None of them really stood out, but they all just did their job, and they were pretty consistent. So I think that's going to help them moving forward.
Yeah, it is. And I once had a coach always harp onto the playing group I was a part of is. Good players play well and everyone will come along for the ride, and there's so much spoken about your bottom 6 players win the games of footy. I understand the point of that, but I'm of the belief that if your good players play well, your kids will come along for the ride, and I think that's what Yarra did today. All their good players played really well, and they just fell short.
Yeah, I thought they were fantastic throughout the day, so I think Yarra's got a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, they have, and I suppose as we talk about when we watch football at this time of the year, a little bit to play out. You don't really get a feel for where every team is until around 5 or 6. Albury would like to do some things differently defensively. I thought Yarra chopped them up with some methodical ball movement, and they've obviously worked hard on it. But it does take a lot of time to have defensive structures the way Albury are playing.
The Albury Tigers saluting by 5 points. We'll take a break here on O&M Live. On the other side of the break, Bobby Jackson will bring us the song from a jam-packed Albury Tigers rooms, and we'll also catch up with one of the victorious coaches from the Albury Tigers. 5-point winners, the home side, 13-12-90 to 12-13-85 on O&M Live, where you won't miss a thing.
ATG. What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired. How about that? How about that? This time.
I reckon I'll go mid.
Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi.
Woo.
Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.